wreck.
Now we're.
What a train wreck.
No, we always run on time.
Yeah. That's just because your throat's pregnant.
Oh, that's a Waffle House joke.
Yeah, throat babies.
Oh, there it goes.
Don't go to Waffle House.
Don't go to Waffle House.
What is Jason Schmidt doing in here? Shouldn't he be over at the Nuclear Hideout channel?
He sounds like a propagandist to me.
Yeah, Jason Schmidt is definitely a propagandist.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Jason
works-
Smith's cool. What are y'all talking about?
No, he works for an organization. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, it's called the Nuclear Regulatory Commission because he's always sending out these fucking red alerts.
Probing.
Probing.
No, I love it. I'm not saying.
He said slander.
Slender?
I think I heard that Chernobyl is starting to leak again. Is it?
Well,
Anybody hear that?
Well,
Oh,
the
yeah,
power's out
jokes, y'all.
again.
Not any of them.
Oh wait. No, there's some other plant in
Zaporizhia.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, that's not a bad one right there. What do you call a lesbian with braces? A box cutter? That's
That is good. Who said that one?
Willard Hall.
Oh, Willard.
What do you
wow.
call a pro fisherman? A masturbator? Okay, last one. What do you call a hooker with braces? A Black and Decker pecker wrecker.
Oh.
And that's what. Okay, I'll give you a B on that one.
Oh man, that was funny. That was hard to say.
No, we do have to give an honorable mention to Jason M. Schmidt. He really is a great guy and a great
Yeah.
commentator.
Yeah. He's just a propagandist.
It sounds like you, Jeff. I always see you
Yes.
in chats. Biden rules. Biden rules.
Dude, I was trolling JLR hard yesterday.
I know.
I'm surprised I haven't been booted off of that one yet.
I know. Whenever he says, "Hey Jeff," I think he's talking about you, but it's not you. It's that other Jeff who donated money.
Right.
Wasn't you?
Fucking grifter.
Cheryl, good to see you. Sissy. Who else is in here? Stingray. Whoever you are.
Telling all his jokes.
Oh, Regina, good to see you.
Donna. Professor Falcon.
Oh, greetings, Professor.
Oh man, I'm a honey baby now. Look,
I know.
they don't say that about you, Craig.
I know. What?
No, they just getting DNA test on his throat babies.
I'm not the one who went to
You
Waffle
just get restraining orders.
This is
This is
You're
my
the-
attorney.
you're the
Yeah,
younger
Jeff, you better
self
quiet
here.
up.
I am a fucking stud, bro. I'm a pussy magnet. If you guys want to, hey, listen, if you want to contact me, dude, this is how you do it. Dude, email pussypounder5000.
much younger.
That guy's my
Yorga.
hero, man. He's like Elvis to me.
Jeff, you better behave. My attorney's here now. He's watching everything.
Oh,
Clay
yeah.
B.
Clay B.
Clay B.
Yeah, that's the attorney, huh? I'm probably pretty far behind here. I know the National Guard were going to Portland today, but haven't heard if anything stirred up there yet tonight. Weren't you just
Oh,
talking
there's
about
D.
that?
There's D. Hey, D.
Oh, hey, D. You know what's
Well-
funny about that is
Oh,
like
Billy.
Heidi. It sounds like you're saying Heidi.
Hi, D.
Say it to Jean, you sounds like hygiene. I don't know, or something like that. Heidi.
Hey, Billy. What's the
Go
story
ahead,
with
Jeff.
our spatulas? All right. Sorry.
Oh,
I was-
Yeah, what's the status on the tactical spatula there, Billy?
Oh no. So go ahead, Jeff, because I it's my fault. I get distracted by the chat. You were answering.
Squirrel.
Yeah, I can't help it. But
Well, I mean, even though they deployed the National Guard, a lot of those guys have to go through riot control training, so it'll probably take them a day or two to get mobilized.
so the whole meeting went down today, and it doesn't seem to me we were going. I never really thought we were going to war. Well, besides on wokeness, it seems.
But let me ask you this: since you're talking about that, you're talking about the meeting of all the generals and admirals and whatnot, right?
Mhm.
Okay, I had no idea it was going to be public. However,
Me
you
either.
know there was one that was not public.
Oh no,
Right.
it's 8 days. It's not
Oh,
just one day.
okay.
Really? Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
your name with the 10 days. So you want us to share that with people? Like first of all, I'm not. I don't. I'm on the fence with. I feel like a lot of things are speculation and everything. I don't know if it's true or not. Thank you,
What?
Sharon.
Yeah, it
Sweet.
comes with a
10
disclaimer.
days, things like that. I do. Yeah, that's my nice way of having a disclaimer because I don't know that if it's true. I hope it is, but it's like I've heard this stuff for so long. What I will say is, one of the things that Trump said is, I was hoping Pootie would be here, but I'll just do the short version.
Central casting.
Central casting again, like he's always dropping that phrase, and that has a lot to do with, they say that all the time with the the 17th letter and all that, and central
Maybe
casting.
it just means, no devil's advocate here. Maybe it just means getting the best people you can get for your movie.
Right.
Central casting.
Yeah, and it goes back to the movie though,
Well-
it's all get your popcorn. There's so many references. I
You're
feel like
watching
there's
a
certain
movie.
comms watching a movie, right, Craig? I feel like there are certain comms that make me think that he at least is getting, somebody's telling him these things. Somebody told him to say
Trust
that.
the plan. So,
I know, like I wanted to go straight from that to the other, just like, okay.
You're just incredible people. Central casting, I might add.
You trust the plan?
I mean, they almost go together. I'm just
they
saying.
go together.
Well, it's a Pootie show. He ain't even here.
I know. I really wish he was here for the. I'm going to say it again when I see him. because
Nobody
I
wishes
wonder if he
Pootie
noticed
was
that.
here. I'm just kidding. We miss you, Pootie.
Regina just said his name 3 times, so I guarantee he will appear.
He's hiding behind a door like Boo Radley.
Robert Duvall.
It's Robert Duvall. No, that's Pootie Poot. Wait, wasn't he in The Flying Santini? The Great Santini?
Yeah, he was in the Great Santini. Hey, that's a great movie, everybody. The
That
Great
was a
Santini.
great movie.
Oh,
So now that
man.
the disclaimer's out there, though, you had your name saying it's not showing because I keep doing the comments, but you got 10 days there, and you're alluding to the 10 days of darkness. Because why? Like, you want to talk about it? I'm
Yeah,
like,
because of the government shutdown.
Oh,
Okay.
that happened today.
Correct. So, everybody, look, when you read 4chan, okay, one thing that stands out, whether you believe it or not, is who cares? Everybody has an opinion. But when you look at the message structure of 4chan, it's all NSA reporting. That the structure, how the messages are done. It's all, anybody who has worked at anything dealing with NSA knows that reporting system.
Okay, but it's not actually officially says it's NSA. You can
No.
read it and just kind of tell.
No, just the format.
Okay.
How the formatting of the messaging is 100% NSA based. Okay. So even I thought, when it referred to 10 days of darkness, everybody thought the electric, the media. Well, when they let the government shut down, and they're not coming back now till the 3rd, which is Monday, I believe. No,
and by
it
the
would
way,
be.
that was me, Jason, with the central casting. That shit caught my attention. Go ahead, Jeff. I'm just responding to you.
So I think the 10 days of darkness is this right here, is basically we don't have a functioning government. And what this
Have to be opened back up again, you think?
possibly, I mean, it doesn't say. I mean, the longest government shutdown I think we had was in the early 90s, and it was 35 days.
Yeah, I was thinking 30 some. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. But this gives the president a lot of other powers that he didn't have because there's basically not a functioning government. And you had what, over 100,000 people resign or be tossed today alone.
They
And
they took themselves out though, right? A lot of them.
correct, because I think they see the writing on the wall. I mean, why would you quit your job over a government shutdown?
Political statement? I don't know.
Well, that's
The only thing I can think of is you're guilty of something. How about that?
well, bingo. And with these closed door meetings in these breakdown rooms at Quantico,
Get them to step down to not be prosecuted potentially.
well, no, they can still be prosecuted. No, I mean, like you said, okay, is it
Well, I've heard that
political?
there would be things that behind the scenes that they may let some people off as long as they would just step down. And then they might not be prosecuted versus if they continue out with the messages against, and going against. I don't know. I heard this years ago, though, along with everything else we're talking about,
It's all
We've all
happening
heard it for a
now.
long time.
Yeah, but a lot of this stuff is starting to come. Look, I know it's so hard for people to believe or to wrap their head around because people have said certain things have already been done, and because we have been trained as a society that nothing's true unless we see it on TV.
Yeah,
Not
it didn't come on The
anymore.
Simpsons. I don't know if I'm going to believe it if The Simpsons didn't predict it. I mean,
Well,
and
AI.
the thing for me too is there's so many live streamers, so like at any given time, even if like someone was lying to us, all it takes is a person to walk outside and turn their camera phone on, so it's
Okay,
almost want to see
let's
something, trust
let,
but verify.
let's go with what you just said right there. I can take you to a point in the Biden administration. Remember when his hand went through the microphone
I
when he
actually
was get
remember that. I hate to admit it, but I remember that. I do.
okay. Now there was a streamer that was outside the White House filming this, but he couldn't see the Rose Garden area. Okay, on the guy's live stream, there were sirens going off, but what you seen on TV, there were no sirens. And that's when the story started to break about the mock-up White House in Atlanta. You
I haven't
remember
heard
that
that.
story?
No, I hadn't heard that one.
Tyler
Where-
Perry.
where they,
Tyler Perry has a full
Yes.
mock-up.
They said they filmed the Oval in it, right? That was the
Correct.
what they were here for. Okay, yes.
Okay, so why would you use, or why is a live streamer right outside the White House filming and there's a siren going off, but on the live stream on TV there was no siren because it wasn't there?
Wasn't there. Medea was in another area.
So that's a lot of it. And you have to remember too who Trump had as his first Treasury Secretary, Steve Mnuchin. Steve Mnuchin was a film producer. Why would you hire a film producer for your Secretary of Treasury?
Yeah, he's horrible with money. He's not good with money.
You're making a movie.
Central casting.
And then Trump.
That he says that so much.
Let me ask you this: when was there a time since Trump walked down the escalator that he has said something outlandish that A, he hasn't been proven right, or B hasn't been known to be an outright lie? I can't think of one.
I don't really understand. You're saying something that Trump has said?
Yes. So Trump has said something outlandish, okay? That
He didn't
makes,
cats.
and
I mean, I'm
guess
just
what?
trying to answer the question. That's the thing that comes to my mind. That was pretty embarrassing.
Okay.
I get what he was
But
saying, but oh God, it was embarrassing. But it was kind of funny with all the
but they were.
stuff. It got attention on the matter. That's true.
No, it's not that it got attention. They were doing it. He said it. Everybody thought it was outlandish. But it happened. So what I'm getting at is Trump says some outlandish stuff that that they keep coming true. You know, that's like when he met in the Oval Office with all those line officers and flag officers. And the press, or he said, we're at war. And the lady from the press said, what war, Mr. President? What war are you talking about? And he says, you'll find out soon enough. This is the war.
Well, speaking of things that Trump said, I told you I've got just like a minute or two of him talking about the war within, or this was from his speech was that earlier today? And he told the military had their back 100% and a lot of good, but this part to me was important too.
To believe that our job is to police the far reaches of Kenya and Somalia while America is under invasion from within. We're under invasion from within.
Build a website you love with Wix. For your words,
no different than a foreign enemy, but more difficult in many ways because they don't wear uniforms. At least when they're wearing a uniform, you can take them out. These people don't have uniforms. But we are under invasion from within. We're stopping it very quickly. After spending trillions of dollars defending the borders of foreign countries, with your help, we're defending the borders of our country from now on. We're not going to let this happen. Biden let people come in from prisons, mental institutions, drug dealers, murderers. You know, we had 11,488 murderers allowed into our country by this guy who had no clue. He had no clue. He shouldn't have been there in the first place, but he had no clue. The people that ran the office, the White House, were people that surrounded him, radical left lunatics that are brilliant people, but dumb as hell when it came to policy and common sense. And they allowed people from all over the world, from the Congo. They opened up prisons in the Congo. They came into our country totally unmatched, unvetted, unchecked. And from all over South America, not just South America. You know, you think South America, no, but from all over. A lot came in from Venezuela. Venezuela emptied its prison population into our country. That's why they have Tren de Aragua, one of the worst gangs ever. But we took care of them. We took good, strong care of them. And I just want to thank the National Guard in Washington, D.C. It's embarrassing to say this. Now I can say it because we solved it. But Washington, D.C. was the most unsafe, most dangerous city in the United States of America. And to a large extent, beyond that. You go to Afghanistan, they didn't have anything like that. You go to countries that you would think there's problems, they didn't have that. And now Washington, D.C., after 12 days of serious intensity, we took out 1,700 career criminals. If you have 5 career criminals, they can make your numbers look very bad because they'll commit many crimes a day.
And then once again, 1,700, which if Pootie were here.
I went backstage on accident. I don't know what happened.
Well, and there was another thing that Trump said that I think a lot of people misinterpreted too. You know, Trump said he was 45, 46, and 47.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't really want to claim 46, he said. So the
Correct.
people that are talking about the storm, and I know what they're talking about. They're when you said he was talking about a war, that this is it. He also said it was the calm before the storm.
Correct.
Said, what storm, Mr. President? Just like Doc
Correct.
said. Somebody else mentioned the storm, and that was part of it. Yes, Sissy K. Because that was, a lot of people have seen that clip a million times if they've seen it once, you know, and it was interesting because he was like almost talking in code.
Well,
Anyway.
and what I think he means by 46 is, in theory, under continuity of government, he was 46. That's why he pointed out the presidential wall at the White House, where he had Biden as an auto pen.
Oh.
Because it is literally there. The photo of an auto pen is what they have for Biden.
Oh, I know. I love it.
That's great. I know.
And I thought it was AI generated, and I called my one buddy who is there daily, and he just laughed and he said, "No, there's a fucking auto pen on the wall." I'm like, that's nuts.
It's great.
Yeah. They were talking about, I got a clip for later somewhere about, they were talking about on
Well-
PvP, and they said that means that it's not over. There's more to come on that, or he wouldn't
Well,
put
it's
it up.
also somebody said something interesting today on that, and I'm sorry to cut you off, Cola, but real quick, what they said was all you have to do is push a button to make that auto pen thing work.
Correct.
Who was pushing the button?
Well, and see, in my
several people it could have been,
Yeah,
Well-
and the signature didn't even look like his. It looked more like Jill Biden's.
I heard that too.
Yeah.
well, and here's the problem. Okay. And this is where I think this White House is, not this White House, but the Biden White House. This is where they're going to get tripped up. And it's going to implicate a lot of people. If it hasn't already been done, when does this go in front of the Supreme Court? And they have to hear a case to where if there was anything signed as POTUS, where does the line draw? Because let's say any military operation, only the president can authorize it. So if they used an auto pen, now we have a constitutional crisis. We can't undo the military action, but who do we hold responsible? Because the military believe that was a lawful order. So there's going to be a lot of people implicated in that, and who knows? Who knows how long this will take? I think once we got 7 days till Hillary Clinton's supposed to show up.
Right. That's what I was about to
Now,
try to transition into. And I know most people know about the Comey situation, but that is the start. And then we go probably get to clappers and all kinds of other people. But I just want to put a real short clip for anybody that doesn't know, because it's just, like I said, it's real short, and it kind of goes through McCabe and how they basically both said different things, and how and why it was indicted in the first place.
But before you do that, Cola, let me get this off so people can think about this.
Go ahead.
She's supposed to be there October 6th.
Right. And the Diddy sentencing is the third, and I know they're completely different.
Stop.
Stop.
Stop. She's supposed to be there on the 6th. She can't be there if the government is shut down. Are you seeing the big picture now?
Can they honestly charge her, though, if she can't be there? Because
yes. It doesn't matter whether they charge her or not. Congress is not in session. There is not a functioning government. It gives the president unilateral control. That's the whole point of this.
All right, well, let's go ahead and play this real short, just because like I said, most people probably do know, but a refresher. It just happened this week. So much happens in a week.
Mr. McCabe, who works for you,
has publicly and repeatedly stated
This is the old
that
clip.
he leaked information to the Wall Street Journal and that you were directly aware of it and that you directly authorized it. Now, what Mr. McCabe is saying and what you testified to this committee cannot both be true. One or the other is false. Who's telling the truth?
I can only speak to my testimony. I stand by what the testimony you summarized that I gave in May of 2017.
In a 2018 Justice Department Inspector General's report, Andrew McCabe, then Comey's deputy, said Comey authorized him to leak information to the press. The report also found that Comey made multiple false statements. The statute of limitations for the charges was set to expire Tuesday. Over the weekend, in a Truth Social post, President Trump called on his Attorney General, Pam Bondi, to go after some of his political rivals. Days later, Bondi announced the charges against Comey. President Trump denies this is about retribution. Attorney General Pam Bondi says the Justice Department will follow the facts in the case and that no one is above the law. Comey denies the charges and says he is not scared of President Trump.
My heart is broken for the Department of Justice, but I have great confidence in the federal judicial system, and I'm innocent. So let's have a trial and keep the faith.
Republican Senator Ted Cruz had this reaction to the indictment.
Jim Comey, I think, demonstrated complete arrogance and unwillingness to comply with the law. I think that's why he was indicted. He was not indicted because Donald Trump doesn't like him. Although, to be clear, Donald Trump has every reason not to like him because Jim Comey abused the power of the FBI to target and persecute Donald Trump because he didn't like him and because he was mad at the American people for electing him.
And Democrats like Hakeem Jeffries say the charges will be dismissed. Comey could face up to 5 years in prison. Now his arraignment is set for October 9th before the same U.S. district judge that was appointed by former President Joe Biden.
So there you go, October 9th.
Right. So, if, and this is a big if the government is still shut down, they can't come and testify. They're not going to be out in public. So, now what do we do? Is this why the 650 JAG attorneys are in D.C.? Because you said military is the only way. Is that the court system? Who knows? All I'm saying is I find it very convenient because I had said I don't think she's going to show up. So what are they going to do?
It's Greta Van Thunberg.
So what are they going to do? They'll have to the House Master at Arms will have to issue an arrest warrant for her, and the U.S. Marshals will have to go pick her up. They're not going to let that happen.
Clay B asks, didn't Trump say somewhere today that they played right into his hands and they were too stupid to even know it? If he did, I'd love to have that clip because I didn't hear that. I'm sure he probably did.
And one of the same buddy that is real close in the Trump administration, he told me today that 25 flag officers turned in their resignation at this meeting.
Yeah, well, they definitely said, told us that a bunch of people quit, and also a lot were fired. I have a clip somewhere where that was what was.
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you?
Already fired by him.
Well, do you guys know that they have a live stream of this idiot?
I don't know what they're laughing about.
They're laughing at this. Are you done giggling?
I'm sorry, the picture's so hilarious thinking it's Greg, man.
You know they're about ready to blow her out of the water, right?
They gave her a sandwich.
No, if you watch the live stream that they're doing on this vessel.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Well, if you quit giggling and listen, you would learn something.
Stop having fun.
How dare you have a good time?
How dare you? How dare
Let's
you
have
laugh?
a good time and learn. Can we meet in the middle? Can we laugh about it while we learn?
Shut up. I'll shut up. Just talk, Jeff. Just talk.
So they have a live stream on this vessel. And about an hour ago, they hit them with water cannons.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
well, see, now you're learning something. And the Israelis pulled up and basically told them if they get any closer, they are going to blow them out of the water.
Yeah, I guess it kind of is an act of war.
Absolutely, it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody asked, who did Jeff B. say quit? There were 25 line officers that resigned their commission.
That's one of the things I was saying is I didn't realize how many people he'd gotten rid of before this. Like, you don't really, I didn't hear much about it, but I got this real short clip that talks just about the Hegseth thing. And they talk about what I was telling you guys, like the lie detector, the possibility of the lie detector test. I kind of wonder if they did that,
No, there's a room there with 20 lie detectors.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because one of the guys that are with Trump texted me and said they're here.
They're here.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Liar.
Liar.
Oh my gosh, you guys. This is what I'm talking about.
Hi, Jen. Hi, Martha. The meeting first reported by the Washington Post has since been confirmed by Fox News. 800 generals, admirals, and their senior...
And of course, this already happened. I thought that they talk about the people that have already been fired.
Enlisted aides have been ordered from their post around the world to Washington, D.C. to gather in an auditorium at Marine Base Quantico in Virginia on Tuesday. The officers have not been told what the meeting is about. The invitation has sent shockwaves through an already fearful officer corps who have been on the receiving end of angry outbursts by Secretary Hegseth, who routinely threatens to submit them to polygraphs. Some express concerns that bringing all the military brass to one location in D.C. is an unnecessary security risk and question why the meeting cannot be held on a secure video teleconference call, especially at a time of rising global threats and cost cutting as the government faces a possible shutdown. Pentagon spokesman Sean Parnell confirmed the meeting, but gave no details other than Secretary Hegseth, quote, will be addressing his senior military leaders early next week. Secretary Hegseth has fired without explanation nearly 22 officers, including the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General C.Q. Brown, the chief of...
This is before the meeting. So, I mean, they're clearing stuff out left and right.
Of Naval Operations, Admiral Lisa Franchetti, Coast Guard Commandant Admiral Linda Fagan, Air Force Vice Chief of Staff General James Slife. Last month, Secretary Hegseth fired Intelligence Agency Director Lieutenant General Jeffrey Cruz, Navy Reserve Chief Vice Admiral Nancy LaCour, and Naval Special Warfare Command Head Rear Admiral Milton Sands, the head of the Navy SEALs. Many of those fired, Martha, by the Secretary have been women. The scant details about this meeting's agenda have many fearing a further purge.
Further purge. And see, that's what I think really did happen. I mean, that's what it sounds like you're saying, too. What's up, Wildlife? Good to see you. Wrestling in the 90s. But yeah, I mostly wanted that clip just for the names and the list of people that he's already fired before this, and then they also mentioned the lie detector tests and stuff. And I mean, the thing for me is I could see why you would want to do that, because he's had so many people like pretend to be one thing and turn on them. I mean, you could ask a simple question, are you are you patriotic? Do you put America first? Do you agree with these policies? At least something as simple as that. Yeah, purge. And I could see why they'd want to do it, because of course they're going to say, yeah, even if they're infiltrators or if they're, they're just to screw shit up, be a cog in the wheel.
Well, and I know that there is one specific person that's under the microscope right now, and that is the wing commander of I forget which air command he was responsible for at the time. Is the wing commander that, remember when Barack Obama sent all that cash to Iran?
Yes.
Okay. That commander was grilled about who gave him the order to move all that money to Iran. And that person's head was chopped, meaning he was forced to resign his commission.
The person who ordered it or the pilot?
The person who ordered it.
Okay.
No, the pilot's just following orders.
What I meant was the commander you were talking about.
Yes, the commander of that air wing.
Okay, they shit-canned.
Yes.
Wow. Well, I mean, he was just following the orders, though, right?
But, correct. But he has a right to challenge that order.
I would think so. That don't go over well in the military.
Correct. That's why you have the IG that you can go to. And that's what happened to Jim Comey. Somebody went to the IG and dined Comey out before they left that organization and went to another organization.
Okay.
But now I watched Hegseth's speech, and then I started to listen to Trump's speech, and I was like, damn, this is like another fucking Trump rally. I'm tired of hearing the same old BS. During that whole public presser, did they ever show the officers sitting in the crowd?
I didn't see it. I wasn't really paying attention to that, but I watched it, and I don't know. I don't think they showed it. I'm not sure though.
Right. So that's just, I was just curious whether they showed the room or not.
Yes. So
Okay.
I could be wrong. Sometimes I do just listen and set it down and not look at the screen, but there were pics.
God, that is one ugly chick.
Don't get me started again, Tim.
How dare you, and how dare Willard Hall for saying such awful things about us giggling at Jeff B. We know this is a serious matter, but we still don't like him, and we like to laugh.
That reminds me of that Saturday Night Live skit. This is the time on Sprockets when we dance.
Oh, Dieter on Sprockets.
Oh, Dieter. So anyway, they're trying to shoot my boat.
We are sinking now. How dare them?
How dare them? They're sinking the vessel.
I brought them some Twinkies.
Y'all are on one tonight.
Sorry.
No, it is funny.
Willard doesn't think so.
Well, there's also John Bolton, which is in trouble too. And, you know, I got my favorite lawyer to cover that. He's at least a catch
the guy with the Playtex Living shirt.
Tight shirt.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. Here's the other thing that you have to remember too. That going back to where Catherine Heritage was doing that news piece, you have to remember that they still have those 5 courtrooms down at Guantanamo.
I just do see a lot of stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is a different person. And it's like each one of these people and the subpoenas, the people coming to testify, all kinds of stuff is coming out. Plus information they have that we don't know. And I think they got to, like the bigger thing would be if they prove a huge conspiracy with several people working together, you know, to do things that are completely illegal. But like I said, this is just about The class. It's funny. He's in trouble for the stuff that
John Bolton in big trouble. We now know that the FBI says that they got classified documents in his DC office. He was raided some time ago. We saw a bunch of people coming out with boxes and boxes of materials. And this guy was the former UN National Security Advisor, who's now probably going to be getting indicted. The same guy who's screeching and shouting from the rooftops about what a danger Trump is, lecturing Trump about classified documents in Mar-a-Lago. He had a bunch of them in his house, allegedly. Of course, this is going to continue to percolate as the investigation continues, and hopefully an indictment comes down the line soon enough. I am a special agent with the FBI. This is why we needed a search warrant. This is why we needed to go into Bolton's house. And I've done this a long time. A lot of physical and electronic surveillance and more. And all of the materials in this affidavit comes from my observations. And now we think that there is enough to support a search warrant of the office used by John Bolton to get all of the things that we're asking for that we just covered. For what charges? 18 U.S. Code section 793D, saying you can't have possession of classified material. You can't willfully retain anything relating to national defense. That's against the law. And section 793E, another criminal charge. You can't communicate these things. And also section 1924, which is if you possess these documents, you cannot retain them without authority. They can't have the documents. We saw a bunch of the same charges lobbied against President Trump for Mar-a-Lago. As we go through this, you'll see it tells us there's all sorts of different types of classifications. Obviously, top secret, secret, confidential, not releasable to foreign nationals, SI special intelligence, SCI sensitive compartmented information, and more. And they've got a bunch of rules around why you cannot take these documents out. But now, with all of that said, here's what they say John Bolton did. This guy is 76 years old. He resides in Maryland. He's a former public servant, nearly 4 decades of service for his position with the U.S. government. He's an attorney. He was general counsel. And look, assistant administrator for USAID. Didn't even know that. John Bolton worked for USAID. Wow, what a surprise. Then he went over to the DOJ, then went to the UN, and then during the first term was Trump's national security advisor. And so he maintains locations at different spots, and we made this our target. Now, where did this material come from? His most recent position in the U.S. government was the national security advisor. He held that position from April 9th, 2018 to September 10th, 2019. That's for President Trump. During his duration, he held the top secret, sensitive compartmented information security clearance, top of the line. Now, Bolton directed the work and was supposed to safeguard these materials. Now, when in consideration for his appointment, Bolton went through and he signed all the forms, okay? He signed this. Yes, I know. You can't take classified documents. You understand? Yes. By signing these forms.
Anyways, I think he might be in more trouble even than Comey. You know, I think his case is going to be a lot easier to prove and he's going to be in bigger trouble. But it's funny. Everything they go for him for, they end up guilty of. Because it's the documents again. And it's like, there's more. I'm not going to play all the stuff because I know you know, everybody wants to talk about different things, but it's some crazy stuff, man. It really is. I enjoy the criticism when they find them criticizing Trump for the same things they're doing, same person. It's pretty funny, but I'm not going to play them. But he went on to explain how the orders don't require him to give up passwords or anything biometric. He won't have to like undo it with his thumbprint or whatever. So there will be some stuff they won't get a hold of, but they also list a bunch of things they did have with like several flash drives, laptops. So they're going to find some information in there and he's going to get in trouble too.
Don't think for 1 second that they need his biometrics.
Well, they can't. The judge ordered that the judge could have said, what did you pooty shmlot?
Trust the plan, everybody.
No, where is Pootie?
I want Greta back.
I'm here, baby.
Anyways, I just don't hear many people talking much about Bolton, and I think he might be in more trouble. And then each one can tell on more people, and that shit just like it's domino effect, you know?
Why do you think there's 100,000 sealed indictments?
I wish they'd unseal them bitches. I tell you, you know,
most of them.
How long?
Most of them you're never going to hear about. Probably 99.9%, because those sealed indictments are the lower rung guys that have squealed and made deals like Diddy, like Walmart. You know, a lot of people don't realize how Walmart fits into this. Walmart is under the Defense Authorization Act. Walmart gets from the Department of Defense billions of dollars a year for no particular reason other than at any point in time, the U.S. military can come in and commandeer a Walmart. Next time you go into a Walmart, just look how all their shelving and everything is done. Everything's on wheels. So
Because the military needs beanbag chairs.
From Walmart?
Yeah. No, I get it though. I mean, Walmart, to think about anywhere that has like every resource you need, you know.
No, it's because there's a Walmart damn near on every corner.
Yeah, and it's a giant building that can be used. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's right, Be Charming. He talked about that too, and it was interesting hearing him explain it all. How he said they're not even fighting me anymore. Basically, he said I thought I'd have to put up they'd put up more of a fight over it, but they didn't. They're just like whatever. I guess.
Well, it was that for forever. You know, it was the Department of War for forever.
Well, and you know too. So we're in a government shutdown, right? How is our government shut down if Trump says we have billions and billions, trillions of dollars that came in from tariffs, but the country was legally filed bankrupt? We don't have a debt. And then you had that idiot. Did you guys see the clip of Maxine Waters this morning?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, one, she looks like a Klingon from fucking Star Trek now. And the reporter tried to get her to admit that the reason they shut the government down was because certain members, certain sides of Congress wanted to give free health care to all illegals. And she kept saying, I'm not taking your bait. She goes, that's not a bait question. This is why your party, your side of the aisle said they're shutting the government down. And she got pissed off because she got called out on it.
And then she said at the very end, I want health care for all people. So she ended up admitting, and that lady goes, thanks for the interview, you know, like dumb shit.
Yep. I mean, she does. She either looks like, I can't tell what she looks more like, Rick James or a Klingon.
That's an insult to Rick James, man.
Yeah, she looks more like a creature from like a old Jim Henson movie, you know, one of those Dark Crystal kind of shit.
My precious.
Oh my gosh. Hey, real quick for Chessboard did send me an email and the link didn't click, but I did look up what he asked me to, and I'm going to read this real quick because I don't know how else to share it. A controversial plan to release 45,000 gallons of radioactive water into the Hudson River has been approved in court. A federal judge ruled in favor of New Jersey-based Holtec International, which sued New York last year to challenge the state's ban on discharging radiological substances from its defunct Indian Point nuclear plant. Holtec's attorneys argued that New York overstepped its authority when it passed the Save the Hudson bill in August 2023, a measure aimed at protecting the Hudson Valley from wastewater linked to the shuttered nuclear facility. Governor Kathy Hochul signed the bill into law after it passed both chambers of the state legislature unanimously. The law updated state environmental regulations and established fines for violations aimed at protecting the Hudson River. More than 100,000 people get their drinking water from the Hudson River, which has undergone an extensive cleanup efforts over the past few decades. However, U.S. District Judge Kenneth Karras ruled last week New York's ban was unconstitutional, affirming the federal government alone can regulate discharges from the decommissioned nuclear facility. Okay, I'm almost done, you guys. I'm sorry, but I don't know how else to share it. The Indian Point nuclear power plant, located just south of Peekskill, permanently shut down in 2021 after nearly 6 decades of operation. Within weeks of the closure, the facility was sold to Holtec International, which specializes in dismantling retired nuclear plants and managing spent nuclear fuel. So it's about the Hudson, putting those chemicals in the Hudson River. I've not heard anything of it other than I looked it up because he asked me to.
All right, devil's advocate here. More than likely, because I was in industry for 35 years, you know, you build an industry on a river, you use that river water as a coolant. It's processed all sorts of different ways and whatnot. Somebody came in, bought the plant, and they're decommissioning or whatever. So they've got a ton of this water that was used for cooling that they need to get rid of. But because it has that nuclear moniker on it, people think, oh my God, the water's nuclear. It's probably just waste cooling water that they need to just shit can out to the river, and there's really nothing wrong with it. That's my opinion. It could be totally wrong.
I think Billy's right. We're going to get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles soon.
Nah, there ain't nothing wrong with that water.
She played Edna on it. Sanford and Sons. Oh my God.
We used a lot of river water where I work at, man. It was funny sometimes. You go to pull a filter, there'd be a fish in there. All right, Chessport says it is radioactive. Okay, well, they've got no business whatsoever putting that in a river anywhere.
Right, and that's what he was wanting to share it out. And if I'd have found a video on it, I'd much rather
do that, man. You can't nowhere. New York, Virginia, anywhere. You can't put radioactive shit into a river, man. You can't do that.
Oh my gosh, I'm just so behind. My son had that shirt. Y'all guys hate on that guy so hard. I think y'all are jealous because y'all ain't all buff like that guy.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, the hate that everybody's got to say something. Wheels on everything. Walmart FEMA camp. See, they said that for a long time too, and then that went away again. The FEMA stuff. But I do think that a lot is going on as far as, you know, people. How many people stepped down? Does anybody have that number again? I
think you said 25.
25.
Oh, that's it. Oh, I thought it was a bigger number than that. But like, I mean, depending on their positions and stuff. And it's funny because that is probably what he was probably like, thanks guys. Thanks for doing me that favor. What's up, Navy Vet? Good to see you. Jerry, Lauren, Turtle. Or you see the 3-eyed fish. Yeah, there it is. Like all the shrimp.
They don't have shrimp in New York.
Watch the water. That is true. That's one of those.
And for the record, I'm not going to drink that water because I wouldn't drink river water anyhow. Kaiser Soze.
Kaiser Soze, yeah. What that name comes from? Isn't that from like Rocky or something like that? Where's that name come from?
No, it is from
Usual Suspects.
Usual Suspects, like one of the best movies ever made.
That's a cool name. So, yeah, there was also, they talked about Comey a little bit on PBD, and there's actually some connections I didn't know about with the son-in-law and stuff like this. It's like, just when you think there's always more to learn, and it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I wish there weren't. Sometimes I wish we get to the bottom of the freaking rabbit hole.
100%. No, we don't know what 8647 means. Yeah, nobody knows. Just an innocent bunch of shells.
He stumbled upon that when he was walking with his wife. And you know what's crazy too? The whole family is having a lot of stuff going on. His daughter, Maureen Comey, was fired with the whole Epstein situation. And then his son-in-law, who prosecuted all the January 6ers, which I know we're going to get into that too, he resigned his position as assistant U.S. attorney after his father-in-law. That's the letter right there. To uphold my oath to my father-in-law, get rid of Constitution and country, I hereby resign as the assistant United States attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia in the Department of Justice, effective immediately. Good. The trash is taking out itself. I'm so freaking happy that they're starting to do it. But guess what? I want the other ones, the Hillarys, the Obamas, the Brennans. Yeah, I want all of them to go. Tom, so inside the FBI, who flips?
Great question. I think, you know what? You only need one or two people inside the FBI to have actually a conscience about this and to flip. And now you've got a new administration and you've got Kash Patel there. I believe that they probably are already have some names and they have some people that are going to be like, hey, you know, there's been things coming out in the last few days, some of which Trump will want to hear, some of which he won't want to hear.
Yeah.
You know, somebody on Epstein is not something he wants to hear. And then this, I think we're going to see some people flip inside the FBI.
Let me tell you, Rob ran a poll, and our audience is generally fair when they vote for certain things. Some of the things they're going to be like, no, they disagree with us, right? Ran a poll, 4,000 people have voted. Is James Comey guilty? What do you think the percentage is? Don't pull it up, Rob.
92%. It's not going to be pretty for Comey.
Like 92 is high. What do you think it is?
I'll go 85.
Can you go higher than 100?
Okay, so you guys are good.
80?
It's 95.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right. Check this out. Open it up, Rob.
For some reason, it's not loading.
It's 95% yes, he's guilty.
Good for you.
5% he's not. To the 5% that they say they're not, we thank you for joining this podcast. We'd love to meet you.
We love you guys.
The 5%. Oh,
but
what
can I say one thing before?
Nope. You can't say one more thing. Yeah, it's probably me, Watt. I do speed him up a little bit. Looks like he has a tea time at 3. Oh, yeah, that's true. And Kaiser says it's a better name than Stingray. Damn, shots fired. Are you here, Yorga?
Yeah, I'm here. I see it. I don't feel like getting in a pissing contest tonight.
Well, that name isn't that. What's the name for Stingray? It has a meaning, right?
What? My name?
Stingray, the one that shows up in chat.
Yeah, it's my car.
That's what I thought. Doc Peeves already knew the answer. Anyways, I don't know. I love that show. I love those guys. And they're always talking about the same things I'm looking into. So it just always works out. But yeah, I do hope some people do flip. Took out the crocodile hunter.
Yeah, that was a sad day. I like that guy. Where's Craigie baby?
Sorry, I'm right here. I'm just under the weather tonight, folks, but I'm still here.
He's hanging in there. He's taking one for the team.
I'm taking one for the team.
Infected by throat babies.
I just sneezed them out.
Oh, wow. Look at Garrett talking about something we're talking about. I'm like, is that the real Garrett? What's going on? He's not Garretting. He's actually talking about some stuff.
They reprogrammed his AI.
Oh my gosh, he's totally. We proved he wasn't AI.
He's getting more advanced.
Hi, Lori.
Just kidding, Garrett. We love you, buddy.
Gesundheit. I would have never spelt that right. I would not. I didn't know that. Never really seen it written. I've only ever heard it said.
I Googled it.
Thanks, Kaiser.
Right. Well, I got a funny one about a bunch of people on drugs or like, from the dentist or whatever.
Okay.
Oh, man. I thought I did. That was weird.
Hungry.
You hungry? What do you want to eat?
Ass. My wife, she'll get upset if she sees you touching me like that on my chest.
Not everyone.
What's up?
Put your arm up this one. Hold it like that.
Y'all told me that. Oh my God. Calm down.
Oh no. Oh, buddy.
big possibility that I'm high right now, but I'm pretty sure Jesus is in the corner of my room.
Oops.
And
Crap.
Oh, I felt so bad
every
for
time I
that.
get surgery, I freaking, hey, wait, I want to see that. Every time I get surgery, every single time, I'm like, okay, we ready to go? They're like, you're already done. I'm like, what? I swear. It's when I
Yeah.
wake up, I'm like, all right, we ready. Look, we're going to do this, right? And they're like, you already did it, man. I'm like, shit. And I did find out when I had my neck done, that was the last one I had done. They gave me fentanyl.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Scott said, put your mask on. You're going to get us all sick. That's pretty funny. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Yor. They gave you fentanyl?
Yeah. That shit works.
Have you seen the video of that guy? They tell him that and he freaks out because he's thinking of like street fentanyl. And they're like, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
there's like a
It
viral.
works, man. I'm telling you.
Torres. Sorry. I just saw Clint Torres. Thank you, Clint. You're a legend. I'm going to get some chicken soup now.
Well, you just got like a regular old cold?
Yeah, whatever. My wife picked up at the hospital, and then she brings it to me. Yeah, it's probably mouth babies, like Jeff said.
Booties.
And yeah, but it's it could be the whatever. It could be the coof. Coof's going around. I don't know.
Could be.
Might have to check me.
Damn, man. I don't know how doctors and nurses do it, man.
But I'm jabbed, so I never jabbed. You know.
Well, how many times did you get COVID, though? I mean, you build up immunity from getting it.
You know, I don't really know because I never really know. It's not severe, so I don't know if it's a cold or if it's the coof.
Well, I had the coof one time, and I did get jabbed twice, but somebody in my band came down with it, and so I just went and got a test just for laughs, and said I was positive, but I was completely fine.
You probably were, and then like what they were testing apples over in Africa, and the apples were testing positive.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so you never know. You don't really know.
Maybe it's just African apples do that.
Well, I think we got put through a ringer of bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
Think about all the like you said, you couldn't work, couldn't go to funerals without having, like it's just crazy. Couldn't,
I know I've said it before, but man, when that shit happened in 2020, I had like the best seat in the house, man, because I'm retired. I don't really have any obligations I have to do. I live by myself, and I could just sit back and watch the world go to hell, And I felt so sorry for people who had kids in school, people that had to work, constantly wearing their mask. I went to my dentist, and the little girl that worked on me she looked like a robot on Lost in Space or something, man. She had so much stuff on, big mask and then another mask underneath that, and then, gloves. And I was like, good God, man.
Yeah.
It sucked. But I mean, it wasn't that bad for me because I could just sit back and watch it all go to hell.
I know, but it was crazy that first week, and like you go to get a hamburger, and they got like a plexiglass shield, and they don't want you coming close, and you're like, but I got to give you the money. I don't know what you want me to do. I can't give you the money from 6 feet away.
But man, we had to play. This is ridiculous. I've got pictures of this somewhere. We had to play up in Annapolis, Maryland. This really big place. I mean, it's not super big, but it's a place where really big acts play at, right? So it was a big deal. They had, first of all, I had to show, my cards that I had been vaccinated, had to wear a mask the whole time we weren't playing, take the mask off when we played. And in front of us on the stage was this humongous, like accordion shaped plexiglass.
Yeah.
Between us and the audience, the thing was like 8 feet tall. And I mean, it was ridiculous, man. I mean, it was the dumbest thing I ever seen. And they must have spent at least 10 grand, buying this thing. The club did, Yeah. It was, man, God, I don't even like thinking back about those days, man, because I just hated it all so much, man.
You're right. It was just a screwy time for all. Then think about it. They've been effing with us since Lady Diana pretty damn much. I mean, shit. And then, 9, the one thing. And then just endless, just been endless fuckery. They've been bombarding us with.
But just remember, though, 2 weeks to flatten the curve.
Yeah, I believe them.
Yeah, that's what they said.
So back to your 10 days, Jeff. So what happens at the end of the 10 days if this really was it? What would
The
be
lights
next?
come on.
Everybody watched Tiger King. Cheryl, I feel like it was like our programming. I know I watched it.
Yeah.
So do you have an answer, Jeff? Or
Well, I think there has to be a cleansing of Congress, and it's what, like I said, with Congress being shut down, it gives Trump a lot of authority to do. Now, depends on what he does.
oh, look at this female energy! Yay! Sorry.
And Jeff, as soon as he does something, let's say we're in that state you're talking about, they're gonna go crazy on. He's a dictator.
Well, just wait for 2 more days when troops start rolling into Portland and into Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what then?
I mean, then he's really going to be a dictator.
Yeah. Oh well, I'm behind it.
Drain that swamp.
Yep.
Drain it all.
Oh shit! Is that D? Is D here?
Yes, I needed some more female energy. My usual subs haven't shown up, so I'm just like all males. I'm like, I needed
Dude,
another.
I want to hang out in D's kitchen. That looks like a spot. Gosh.
I think, Jeff, they're going to have a harder time in Chicago and in
Billy
Portland than they did in DC. I mean, I just have that
way
feeling.
harder. Yeah. Like especially Portland. Portland's covered in. That's where they all are.
Hey, look, have you seen Portland's mayor? I don't know if it's a dude or a chick, man. It's one of them chick man dudes, man. So there you go.
Hi, Friday. Chick man dudes. Oh my god.
Chick man dude.
Right. So there you go.
How
It's a man, baby.
Dare you? Yeah, it's some. I don't know. Maybe it's one of them binary code things that they're not either one.
I saw it too. I was confused. It was like a Pat.
Yeah, like Pat.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
God, I used to love that segment of SNL.
Me too. I looked forward to it. Now it's kind of creepy. And isn't that the one that's on Greg Gutfeld?
Everybody knows somebody like that, though. Everybody. You know?
Oh, no. But I know what you're talking about. But that comedian guy looks like a guy girl. I don't know what his name is.
Yeah.
The one on Gutfeld. You're right.
Yeah. I think he played Pat too.
No. It was a chick.
No?
It was a chick.
That was a girl. Okay. I forget her name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that guy is a Pat.
That and Toots is the cat that could drive a car. All right, so the end of the 10 days.
He never did deal. He just said Congress has got to be cleaned out.
Oh,
lights come on.
Yeah. I was thinking that what I heard Jeff earlier. I was thinking that too with the Congress shutting down. Maybe that's going to be something about the.
See, I didn't even connect
the
those dots
darkness
because I just don't know. But I don't know if you were here, Dee. I know people think I'm nuts, and I don't really care because maybe I am a little bit, but this part.
Central casting.
Oh, here's the whole sentence.
You're just incredible people. Central casting, I might add.
I might add. I just don't think those things are. He knows that these crazy people are out here that hang on every word. And I don't do the cue boards very well. Like, I don't do it myself. I listen to a couple people that are really far into it, right? I've been on there, but I don't operate them the way other people do. But I bet you there's like 17 messages. Oh, also there were 1,700 people of something, it's like all these little comms all the time. And like, man, that's enough. It's enough to drive you nuts if you go down the rabbit holes. It's not on accident. There's just no way that it's
I
an
think
accident.
he just means he's getting the best people we can get. I think that's what he means.
No, that's not what that means.
Okay.
Well, the only reason why
I don't think because there's a compilation of him saying that for like two minutes. He's saying that about different people. You think he's saying what about them?
I get what he's saying. It does make that he's saying that they're it's a compliment. Somebody in chat said that it's like a compliment. You look so good, you could be, you know, like a model, or you
like you're a movie star.
Yes, which is exactly
Or
what
like,
it's like watching
as in you're making a movie, you go to central casting, you want the best people in your movie and his, you know, for his
But isn't that
cabinet
super
or whatever.
coincidental that in the Q stuff it's all watch the movie, we're watching a movie? Isn't that kind of funny, you know?
I haven't seen it, and I don't keep up with Q, so I didn't know, honestly.
I don't keep up with Q, but there's two narratives. There's two different narratives in my head with two different things. One of them is Trump good, Trump bad, and the other one is rapture or millennium reign. So that's where I'm at with both of those narratives. You can see both. You can see both at this point. Really,
I can see so many. I agree. That's my biggest problem is that I can actually see where people. I could see it being either way. I can't be like this one thing is 100% right because I don't know how anybody can. You know, Cootie is Q stuck.
Where is Cootie? Cootie might be missing. We don't know where
I wanted him to be here so bad for the central casting stuff because I'd love to hear his take on it. I know he's got one. You know. Our scripted is this.
It feels so it's felt scripted for a long time.
Oh, speaking of scripted, okay, so more from PBD, but this one's something Elon did is actually really funny. The whole thing, all of this stuff is funny, but like I said, it's just real short anyways, I promise. But it's
about James Comey and the whole 8647 thing. We didn't hear for James Comey forever. And all of a sudden, this 8647 thing as he's promoting his book. Here's what Elon Musk had to say about FAFO, Mr. Comey. So
cool formation he just found on the beach. FAFO. I messed it up. Hold on. I don't know.
For James Comey forever. Funny. And all of a sudden, this 8647 thing as he's promoting his book. Here's what Elon Musk had to say about.
Stupid, but
that was a funny troll.
So he's gonna listen. James Comey is gonna have his day in court. We're gonna find out if he's guilty or not. But I'm gonna rush to judgment on one thing. So gaslighting the public. This is something that we're gonna need to address. This whole Russia hoax. James Comey, you're gonna have to owe me and millions of Americans, at the very least, an apology. Because I remember watching that thing in 2017 and being like, oh my God. They got Trump with Russia. He's the following words. We have high intelligence that Russia interfered with the election. It's not even a close call. He said there is no fuzz on this. And now, 10 years later, it may be a fact that it's all just been fabricated. How many people have felt for the Russia hoax? I did. How many people still have TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, and their brain is hemorrhaging because they see Trump and they freak out because of people like this? Whether it's the media, whether it's the intelligence community, whether it's universities, whatever it is, we got to have some accountability here because our country is reeling right now, and it's the people that we depend on, the intelligence community, to basically give some credibility here, and they've gaslit us to think that Trump is a Russian asset.
Anyway, I liked what he said there too, but the seashells. I mean, he's learning from Trump. They're both some trolls, man. F around and find out.
You know, when we looked up what gaslit meant in the dictionary, and it is not what I thought it meant. I thought it meant like, you know, you're throwing some fuel on something and throwing a match on it, you know, just kind of adding to that.
No, it's out and out lying in public to citizenry and, you know, as if it's truth and it's total bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, it says it's a form of psychological manipulation and emotional abuse where a person tries to make someone doubt their own sanity, memories, and perspective of reality.
Exactly. One of the definitions, so there was actually something with Julia Roberts a while back with that title. It was one of the times that I kind of looked into it, but also they described it like the term gaslight was like the husband or boyfriend or whatever kept changing the light, messing with her, changing it and not admitting that he was doing it. And he was just literally what you just said. And it was a whole story about it. I can't remember. I wish I'd have looked that up ahead of time, but it's really
mind messing with her. Yeah.
changing it after she turns it up or down, and then he does it the other way to make her think she didn't. I mean, that shit's diabolical, you know?
That is.
Oh, man. Uh-oh, Lori.
Hey, I got to jump down. I'm about to pass out.
Thanks for coming up here, even feeling bad. I do appreciate it.
How dare you?
Good night,
How
Craig.
dare you? All right. Right.
How dare you?
How dare you? So they're coming after my boat now. I must go.
You must go.
They sent me to
Okay. So also, what about the I got a clip that, since I'm already got this open, and it's maybe a minute, or maybe a tiny bit over a minute, but it's just basically gonna say it more eloquent than me about the agents at J6, you know, that information's coming out. Yep, he always goes when see, he waited till my hands were full, like he knew it. Hold on. It's always got to be dramatic when he leaves, you know. Something blew up or something.
Yeah,
he didn't even say goodnight. It's so funny. All right, now
no, I have a couple friends like that. They just disappear. You're like, where'd Chris go? Left an hour ago. Okay. All right.
That's the right one. Shoot. I went all the way back just to do the blow up thing for him.
That's how he's making nobody's kicking down his door. No, there's no CNN. There's no cameras. It's all nice and polite. And Pat, this is the same FBI that just admitted yesterday that they had 275 plainclothes agents walking around on January 6th. Really? What were you guys doing? And other ones actually said, like, listen, we didn't start anything, but some of us were aggressive and pushing it. Look at that. 200. What were 275 agents doing January 6th? Because there's videos of them that look like feds with a mask pat, breaking windows, breaking shit. It's like everything that we said was we were right.
You
we
are
were
so
crazy.
right, Vinny. And by the way, I'll just add one thing to you. Remember, you were always suspicious about the 40 khaki guys that would all wear the same khakis and they and the masks and the flags, and they would walk down the thing and like saying angry things trying to start riots. Guess what?
Look, Tom, look at this. Look, they brought the protester. Look, give me some dap, agent. Thank you, bro. I did my job. What? Unbelievable. This is the same FBI, guys. They've been corrupt forever. And
what is this video? What is
this is in January 6th, Adam. They grabbed the guy that's a protester, and then they look at how nice they're treating this guy. Why would you let him go? Why would you let him go?
Because he's one of them, and they're fist bumping.
Exactly.
They were acting
What's that
in
saying,
their
Tom?
own play.
The chickens have come home to roost. How many times? You know, people say, I don't like to say I told you so. I actually do, because we told you so. Period. Told you so.
I do.
Told you so.
First,
okay, so why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? Why don't we go?
I told you so. I feel it. Like, it is nice to say sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Good to
you want to say it. You want to say it. You want to say it a lot lately too. You want to say it more and more. I hope we get to say it, but we don't really have to say it.
Yeah. It's such a quiet night, man. Are you feeling all right, Yorga?
Yeah, I'm just making tea and walking around doing shit.
Oh, I put that avatar picture up for you. You know who that is?
Well, wait a minute. Let me get to my
I'll let the chat guess. I'll give the
hold
chat.
On, hold on. Let me look at it.
I'm holding on, man. Don't worry. I won't say anything.
I do not know.
You can only tell your family I told you so. I'll give it a minute per chat. You know how it is when you're trying to type.
It's not that chick that came on to me. What's her name? She was on one day at a time. What was her
Valerie
name?
Bertinelli.
No, the other, the ugly one.
Oh, yeah? The ugly one.
Yeah, but she was kind of hot tonight. I met her.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Phillips.
Drinking tequila.
Oh, is it really? I hope this one's right. I love her. I don't know if it's right.
No, but you do love this woman.
I do.
No.
Who's it? Ghislaine?
Cola does.
Oh, I'm supposed to know this chick?
Yeah. You're not supposed to know her. I just put her up for you because
These people are saying it too.
Nobody's guessed her yet. No. Yeah.
Billy guessed it.
He got it.
Yeah,
That's
man,
right.
she's in right there.
That's her. That's right.
Oh, wow.
I do.
Yeah.
What happened?
What happened?
Oh, but I think she looks great now still.
She
But
looks
yeah,
beautiful now.
this is what she'd say to you, Yorga.
So, talk to the hand, bitch.
and rightfully so.
I love me some Roseanne. I really do. And I think
she's a smart woman. I'll give her that.
Yeah. Oh, I got to show you something. You guys didn't know. Did you?
Oh, wow.
Know where I got this from?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Billy?
Yes. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. Yeah.
That's some
I think I'm going to
fine
give it
work
to my
right
son
there,
for
man.
Christmas. Yeah, I think I'm going to give it to my son for Christmas. $25 was a great deal. I went on his
Shit,
Etsy
there's
store.
a lot more work in that than $25. I can tell you that.
Anyway, just wanted to share that because I think it's good to support each other.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, he does great work.
Speaking of, he's out there. So
Ready to suck up, Billy.
I didn't know if you guys knew that was me.
Right.
That bought that out here.
No, I'm looking here. Shoot. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I love it. It's beautiful. Really nice.
I'm trying to well, could you say something in the chat, D?
Yeah, let me see. Can I say something in the chat? Anything?
Yeah, just type a heart or something. I don't know.
Smiley face.
I think I got this other profile on in here right now. I'm just all these accounts. I accidentally signed up for another StreamYard account yesterday because I was signed in the wrong email and I thought that I was canceled. And oh my gosh, I'm so barely hanging on with all this technology. I'm telling you.
Right.
Oh boy. So what did you look at all week? Are you Charlie Kirked out? I mean, there's a lot
Yes,
of stuff.
I'm trying to let him rest in peace. But you know what? Actually, since you brought that up, I am a lot over it. But it's not that I don't care. It's just it's like time is gonna make it more clear. And it is exhausting and it's sad. Here's one thing for me, and I don't know how people are gonna take it. Multiple people said, I'm so glad you brought this up. They were like, oh, I don't understand why fireworks at a funeral or a memorial. And that's fine that people don't, but I don't see anything wrong with it. Like, I mean, it's patriotic, I would think, and then other people were saying, oh, and he had booths to sign people up to be, to register as Republicans. And I'm thinking, have you any idea, how that guy was? He would want that. Like, that's something he would be honored to have, is booths to sign on people up to register.
Have you ever seen the low ways that Dems try to get people to register?
No,
right. I don't think that it's low. I think in this case it's fitting. And I mean, a lot of people had issue with it. And I don't know. I kind of held back and let people say what they wanted, because it's like, I don't want to. Everything isn't an argument, but to me, I was kind of shocked. I just didn't think it was a bad thing to have that they, well, it wasn't.
The only thing I had, yeah.
Sorry,
go
ahead.
Sorry,
No,
sorry. The only thing I had issue with was people getting very upset that you would question anything about the whole event.
Right.
That was getting. That's the kind of shit that just, makes me want to just say, fuck it. You know what? You don't want to hear what I'm saying? Fine. I won't tell you, because I'm seeing a lot of shit that it upsets people. It offends people. There are so many things with that entire event that just scream something ain't right. I'm not saying he's alive. I've been told the man is dead. I think if you want to know what I think, honestly, I will tell you, I think he was actually replaced a couple years ago. And I think that he is maybe clean, but his wife sure isn't. And, she's got a lot of dirty ties, but people aren't ready for it. And it's not, You know, I heard when Jeff was talking about it a couple weeks ago, and people get really upset. You didn't, you know, you didn't get offended or anything, but I have had a couple conversations with people that, you know, and there's people that I wouldn't even bring such a thing up because it's God will use it for good. And there are some things like what lies matter or what presentations matter. As far as that memorial goes, it was the most unusual I'd ever witnessed in my life. I think the pyrotechnics were weird. I think her laying on Trump's chest was weird. I think,
you know, I saw somewhere that he broke all his rules, that he usually won't hug a woman, and he didn't even, it looked like he honestly felt super uncomfortable, and like he made an exception to his general way he composes himself. Because I don't know if that's true, but I thought about it. I was like, I don't see him like hugging a lot of women back, embracing, probably because of, you know, anyways.
I didn't see him being like sexually weird. Like somebody made a video and it like had paused where he was like biting his bottom lip, where I've seen that on him before. Like when he was with Epstein and they had that clip of him with Epstein and he's kind of looking at they're saying he's looking at young girls, you know, but I didn't get that vibe that was what was going on. It just, the whole thing was just, and to have the other most remarkable thing about the entire thing was how much of the administration was in one place. And that just isn't normal. It really seems to me like there are so many things about it that they want to, that they being whoever's producing this, whoever's in charge of the media, you know, we focus on what they want us to focus on. Yes, someone died, but there's just too many weird things about it, you know. It's just too many weird things about it. Yeah. Trap doors and
I heard about that. I didn't go real far during that one, but I did hear it. So here's another one that I actually heard people talking about. It's like 1 minute, and it's about, did you hear about the Snake Eyes movie and all these weird?
Oh, sure. Yeah, and the video she was in.
I don't really put too much into this, but I'll play it because it's about what we're talking about. Might as well. It is strange, but I don't put too much weight onto this one. Oh crap! Sorry.
There was a movie in 1998 called Snake Eyes with Nicolas Cage. I'm pretty sure some of you guys have seen this.
These guys,
in the movie, they're at a boxing match. A politician is assassinated in the movie, and his name is Charles Kirkland. Okay, think about Charlie Kirk. This is very, very weird. Okay, he was shot on the left side of his neck. The film takes place on September 10th. Rob, that's the
date of the fight. This is what we were talking about yesterday.
This is what we were talking about yesterday. Rob, that's the poster. And then the boxer who's in on the plan, who's doing a diversion, he wakes up on the ring. His name is Tyler, like Tyler Robinson, and he's called the Executioner. Okay, Jesus. Weird. And then the tropical storm that hits in the film is called Hurricane Jezebel. And for some of you guys that saw Megan Kelly just did a piece. That's the name of the online magazine that allegedly hired witches in August to put a hex on Charlie. And the film, parts of the film were filmed at the Trump Taj Mahal and Hotel Casino, and the secret camera which films the assassination, but the videographer doesn't let anyone know. And guess what the tagline is of the movie? Believe everything except your eyes.
I will say that is strange. It is strange, but I mean, it isn't even the right name, you know, like it's part of it. I get it, but I don't know. I think people are reaching on some of this.
How about the video? Did you see the video he was in or she was in? Music video where she's on the zip line and she zips by the date that Charlie was killed?
Huh. No, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. You might have been further down the rabbit hole than me, it sounds like.
Not too much. Just in my X feed, there's some people I follow that definitely look outside of mainstream, you know, and we all have our little sources that we look outside of mainstream, but some of them, and it's interesting because some of them are anti-Trump. I would say they just believe he's a globalist Satanist, and some of them think that he's a white hat, you know. So again, there's both those narratives. I follow both those narratives. I couldn't tell you what I believe. It can change on any given day on what's happening, you know. Sometimes I'm really hopeful. Sometimes I'm like, man, we're just freaking doomed, you know. God wins in the end for sure, but you know.
But it does. There is stuff coming out left and right, and not all of it's great for Trump, but like that O'Keefe stuff, which PBD and them covered as well. I mean, it was kind of
coming out with this week. I saw he put some videos out, but I didn't watch them. Did you watch his videos?
I did, and I have some clips. Like, it's the same.
Mhm.
Somehow I got sidetracked off that video, so I got to find it again. But it's on the same one. I
Mhm.
love those podcasts. They really do. Pretty much follow the same stuff. But
those guys, what are those guys called that you've been sharing?
PBD is well.
Oh,
That's his
PBD.
name.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I feel like
They're
like
good. They're high energy. That's
yes,
cool.
and a lot of people don't like Tim Pool, and I don't know. They're all like, "Oh, he needs to change his hat and all this," but I think those podcasts are great too. I just sometimes I get more of one or more of the other, but it's like the crazy part is I had it twice. I had it saved twice about the O'Keefe stuff, but I like it on here because it's not only the clips, but then also their opinions. Sometimes the opinions are better than the clip. You might see the clip somewhere else, then they play the clip on here, but then they talk about it, and I don't know. But so what happened was they actually exonerated Trump, technically. But of course, it's the same stuff we've been saying. Like, yeah, he was on a plane, but no, he wasn't involved in any of the bad stuff. But also, they go a little bit further to say he is covering up for the certain people. He's covering up for. Yes, I did see that, Vicky. Oh no, I didn't see the baby version. No, but I did see Hexeth or hear Hexeth. The letter that Charlie was supposed to wrote. No, I have not. Oh man, and that's going to be a good script.
Writing your own script.
I missed
You
a lot
go,
of
girl.
I know. I want to see it already because I know it'll be good. They in our weird tribe.
And see, yesterday was the first time that I ever seen somebody say something about Hegseth. And I was like, no, don't tell me he's dirty because I really like him. But there I go liking people. Yeah, I can't go liking people because I like the truth more. And so, of course,
agree.
I went and looked up on the High Command, and there are about 6 videos. And that Jesse Spotter girl was even talking about Hegseth in a few of them. So I was like, shit, man, I ain't going to watch them all. But sorry.
No, you're good.
As you're queued up. I wasn't looking.
It's fine. Sometimes it's like we end up talking over them too. So, but this is about what we were just saying about the Epstein stuff.
Prager, no relation to Dennis, but Glenn Prager, Jeffrey Epstein's investigator, Department of Justice, is being interviewed on September 8th, asked questions, and you have to see what he says about Clinton, Epstein, and Trump. Listen to this, folks.
Stop talking about yet, but I've seen it come out that he was a CIA informant.
He was a CIA.
He wasn't. I think he's protecting a lot of other people. He's not protecting himself because there's nothing there, but he's protecting a lot of people. Because Trump's now saying it's a hoax of the case, like a hoax or something. I mean, no, it's not a hoax. He's been on the plane now, many times. Mm-hmm. It's just he was never on a plane with the kids. Bingo. I've seen the itineraries and I've interviewed all the victims. There's never been an instance where Trump was on a plane with these kids and a rape occurred. Boom. But that can't be said for Clinton.
Wow.
That can't be said for others.
Wow. Clinton was on the plane. Wow.
Overheard at Phoenix Airport on September 8th, 2025. A senior Justice Department investigator who personally worked on the Epstein case tells all. Glenn Prager, who has reviewed Epstein itineraries and has interviewed Epstein's victims, drops a bombshell. He says that the DOJ did not want to go after Epstein because he's a CIA asset, that the evidence from his investigation confirms that Bill Clinton was present for alleged rapes on the Lolita Express, and that President Trump was not present for the rapes that Glenn Prager investigated, but that he is protecting a lot of other people that were.
How about this whole Epstein thing? That's like,
I worked in that case. I used to interview all the victims.
And
my picture was 20 to 30 victims on each that I was interviewing and dealing with. And then we go ready to go to trial. And
they flip.
They would flip. Epstein would just pay them off. And they were just like these little kids. They pay off their family. They're all broke kids.
Broke families.
So you pay them off from $150,000 to $500,000. Nothing. In that case.
Prager there describes how the victims that he interviewed were paid off by Epstein right before going to trial. Prager has worked as an investigator inside the Department of Justice
21 years.
According to Prager's LinkedIn About page, it says that during the tenure at DOJ, Prager served as an inspector overseeing sensitive investigations.
Yeah, he's legit.
DOJ
He's
components,
legit.
including the FBI, DEA, Bureau of Prisons, U.S. Marshal Service, ATF, and the U.S. Attorney's offices. This seems to corroborate what Prager told us.
He was.
Oh. I mean,
wow. He seems like a big gun.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing that that I like about them. They'll go a little step further. So I got a clip a little bit further away where they play what the DOJ actually said, and it isn't. They try to like say, oh, they distance, and they say, oh, he hasn't been a part of it for this long, and they basically try to downplay it, right? He was never an agent. Okay, so Brew's instantly on it, and the DOJ did come out against him. But what they did also say, you know, he didn't say all good things, but a lot of that was, I mean, he just pretty much said he's not on that list, and he wasn't. They break it down a little further, and I love Vinny the best on there. He's like, he points out some stuff that they said he wasn't around any RAPESs, you know, and so that's pretty crazy. Like that they even so, but Bill Clinton was. I don't know if he was the one doing it or just there or what, but there's he admitted to information that Bill Clinton was around that, which is, I don't know. I guess we probably knew, but it should come out, you know. But he's the one keeping it. That's the bad thing about him, that even I have to admit, I don't like it, but I feel like it must be a big reason why it's not coming out, you know, or he'd put it out, like keeping us out of war, or, you know, they talk about it on here. They go in great depth. I should probably put the link to this whole, because there's so much, I won't be able to play it all, but they talk about if you just looked at it from no emotions and you have complete control over these people, you don't tell on them, but you have complete control. You can't do this and you can't do that. You know, if you do, then I'll out you. I don't know. And
I
that's
see a lot of that. Do you remember in the beginning of COVID? I know if I look through my pictures, I can find it. I had it. It was just like this little crappy chicken scratch written meme that said, the people that are guilty of treason in the beginning, they said they'll say they have COVID and they're being isolated. Some of them will make a deal to preserve their legacy, and they'll have to play along. Pelosi wouldn't play along. That's why she's a 2.0, because remember, we saw federal agents had her.
It looked like that. I saw that too. It's so funny how
marshals had her. And the new one that came out, I mean, I've been watching Pelosi for 30 years or however long she's been in I've been in California 35 years. So, I mean, she's been here forever, you know. This new one's got eyebrows up to the sky, and, you know, just if they did it with Biden, and most people know that was not Joseph Biden. But at the same time, when you talk about other 2.0s, sometimes people are like, oh, no way. Matt Gaetz, he's a mask. He's been replaced, I think. I mean, I've got you just look up their name in 2020 and then look them up today. And if you have eyes to see, a lot of times you can see pretty plainly that, yeah, they can kind of pass, especially if you're not seeing them every day. But there's a lot of people that have been replaced, I believe, personally.
Even like the stars, right? Like I almost forgot about these Britneys. Like,
oh, she doesn't look the same at all, does she? And I think they've been doing that with the stars. We don't know how long they've been doing this in politics.
In this one, it looks like she is like throwing up fine with her hand or smells. Watch her do weird things with her hand. I wish I could mute her. Watch her hand. Hey, Virginia. Poor Brittany. Poor Brittany.
She's yodeling.
You can yodel at my house anytime.
You think so though, Yorga? Didn't she look different? Like not as she used to be.
Hey, the crazy ones like me. I'm probably in.
She's too young for you, man. Come on.
She's famous. It doesn't matter.
She did some things with her hands there, like like some weird symbols. I don't know if you guys saw it, and that was more what got me than the odd behavior. It was like I don't know, like she was trying to either cast a spell or put these signs out there, like something she did when she was, I don't know. I don't even know if it's her, but you're talking about replacing people, and she's one of
She
the ones
looked
where
like she was tweaking to me, man. I mean,
at least on that one.
Yeah. Tripping, tweaking. Yeah,
Something.
ankle bracelets. I remember Cheryl. A lot of them were wearing ankle bracelets. Oprah. I mean, she was on her own show with a freaking ankle bracelet. You remember that, Roots? Do you remember that at all? Yes, I thought
I do
so.
remember
Yeah.
that. It was quite a few people, or they'd have
Yeah.
like a big boot on, but it was
Ellen had some
kinda-
weird stuff, and then I always point out too.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I need to get this clip. I really should. Freaking Madonna singing about. I've played it before, but I don't have it like on deck. Singing about fried fish in the
There's
bathroom.
another 2.0. Okay, that is not
Fried
the freaking
fish.
real Madonna. All of us know that.
Yeah.
Come on, look at that girl. That girl looks like she's 25 years old. That they're saying is Madonna right now.
Yeah. Well,
I
she's
think
no way.
Adrenal. I mean, I
Look,
don't know.
Madonna is 1 year older than me. That's old.
She was the
Georgia
last
was better
time I
than
saw
Madonna.
her. She was talking about blowing up the White House. That's the last time I saw the real Madonna. Or she was in the bathtub with the rose petals, having her withdrawals from her juicy juice.
Man,
Hey,
I'm
we
telling you,
know-
that fried fish was something. What'd you say, Virginia? Sorry.
Oh, playing hi to Wingnut and Cheryl and everybody.
Everybody.
I think Madonna looks awful. I think she's had way too much plastic surgery. I mean, I see your theory, you know, maybe it's someone else, but I think that's a walking experiment, and it did not work out.
No. Look at her teeth.
She looks
She
bad.
don't have Madonna's teeth space. Madonna had a
I
space.
saw her face and I would not recognize her as Madonna. I'm not saying it's
No,
not
I mean,
Madonna.
yeah.
I think it is. I think she just went, like a lot of people went overboard with the plastic surgery.
Yeah.
You said I saw her face, and my mind said, "Now I'm a believer."
Yeah,
So
mine
believe-
too. Da 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 da.
That's that MK Ultra shit. Like Yorgi says, can't remember a
That
joke,
is.
remember all the words to a song, and that stuck with me because it's true. Can never remember a joke, but I always know the words to freaking songs.
My pastor used a term for that certain music and certain things, he called it sticky. Sticky.
You called it what?
Sticky. Sticky.
Yeah, that's a good word for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, but it's sticky. You know.
Oh, no.
Too, isn't
Have you ever gotten a really bad song in your head for like a whole day?
Oh, yeah.
That's sticky? Yeah, me too. I hate that. You think you've shook it off and then you go to bed and then the song comes back on again.
You almost have to play it to get rid of it, don't you?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Virginia, Garrett keeps talking about what we're talking about. What are we going to do with this? Listen, a minute ago he was talking about something else we were talking about. I'm like, I love this Garrett.
Excuse me. Sorry.
And everybody else that doesn't know what we're talking about thinks I'm nuts. But like usually that's the whole thing garretting, right? It means talking about something that the panel's not. Because he's always like, hey, there's a concert coming up and we love him. But tonight he's been
Look,
so
a pony.
nervous. What you were good?
I said, look, a pony.
Yeah.
But he's on it tonight. He's like having a conversation with us. It's crazy. Wow, Navy vet.
Or in Valhalla. You think he's in Valhalla?
Man, that's a whole thing a lot of people are into
Mhm.
too.
How long
And
did
Yorga,
Chloe-
as usual, took the I think we're reading too far into this role, didn't you, Yorga, about Valhalla?
Yeah. I think it's bullshit.
It's cool. We need one of you, man. I mean, we would be so far down the rabbit hole, you couldn't pull us back
I
out.
don't always try to disagree. I mean, I don't disagree just to disagree. I just say what I think. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I was wrong about the chemtrails. You know?
don't disagree just to disagree. You're more grounded about things. You don't jump
Hold your
to
opinion. He holds his opinion.
He considers fake videos. He considers ulterior motives. He's like, he just doesn't get carried away with shit. Like I'm more likely to get, you need somebody more grounded when you're like following all the crazy trails. Somebody to go, well, but wait, what about this? And you're like, damn, I didn't even think about that. You're right.
Oh, there's there's plenty of crazy shit out there, man, for sure.
I think that's it. It's a lot of people wearing masks too. Some I think are doppelgangers. Like for Trump, his doubles, they probably don't wear masks. They probably have doubles in doppelgangers for him. You know what I mean? I just think doppelganger. Yeah. Thank you.
Man. Well, I got another little short clip. This one really is real short, but it's a guy with the medium t-shirts, but it's the clips of all the no one's above the law. And I really enjoyed it. I'm like, yeah, that is such a good point. All these people are so mad about Comey, but they sure weren't talking about that way when it was a whole president, you know?
So they used to say this all the time, but now they're not saying it. Beautiful phrase.
No one is above the law.
Nobody's above the law.
No person is above the law. No one is above the law.
No one is above the law.
No one is above the law. No one is above the law.
No one is above the law.
You're not above the law. You're not an elite. You're not untouchable. And so it's nice to see that the rule of law has returned.
Oh, yeah. Stinky Eric Swalwell. Thank you for closing it out. Probably had to take a break from making Bang Bang with Fang Fang, the Chinese spy. So that, of course, is a refrain that we're going to be hearing a lot of. And Kash Patel also got in on the fun. He says yesterday, saying, today your FBI took another step in its promise to fulfill full accountability. For far too long, previous corrupt leadership and their enablers weaponized federal law enforcement, damaging once proud institutions. Has the FBI ever been that? And severely eroding public trust. That's true. Every day, we continue to fight to earn that trust back. And under my leadership, this FBI will confront the problem head on. Nowhere was this politicization of law enforcement more blatant than during the Russiagate hoax, a disgraceful chapter in history we continue to investigate and expose. Everyone, especially those in positions of power, will be held to account, no matter their perch, because, here it comes, ready? No one is above the law. Oh, it's going to be fun. I can see why they like it. Because it's just a stupid, meaningless platitude, and they can regurgitate it without thinking all that much. We don't like to indulge in that behavior, but sometimes, you can. Now, so that...
But sometimes, you can. Love that guy. Treason. Anyways, I'm sorry. I know I go from great conversation. I have one more thing, but
treason doesn't mean it's not as serious now as it was. Let's go back to the 1940s. That was you hang, for that shit. I mean, it's super serious shit. But who's hung in the last 30 years? I don't know.
Well, I think the court of public opinion sways a lot more now than it did back then, just because of social media and the internet. And, we know the thoughts and opinions of people all over the world. And that's a relatively new insight. And I think the powers that be work with that, not necessarily in a good way or a bad way, I guess I could say, but I think they work with that manipulated to their advantage, kind of like John Dunning has been saying for a couple of weeks. The AI data that's being picked up on us, they tweak the plan or the narrative accordingly, with the temperature of what's
social
going on.
Media.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know. We live in a different world.
But I mean, it's in some ways it's better, right? In some ways, maybe not, but in some ways it is better.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, double-edged sword, because maybe it could sway things in a good way. Just more voices are being heard in a sense. So it could.
I like the fact that you can live stream anywhere and show what's going on right now. That is just, I mean, if you think about it, 10, 20 years ago, it was almost, for me anyways, I mean, I don't know. When was the first live stream? Does anybody know? Like, how long ago was it when you were first able to, as a regular person, just film something and stream it out live on a platform? Like, so I'm thinking YouTube, because that's like a platform most people have heard of and have, you get to these like smaller ones and it's not the same as like just wide out there as big as YouTube. Anyways,
I don't know when that started. That's a good question.
That to me is a big deal, because if the news could be forced, say whatever. For example, during the stuff, they told us that the hospitals were being swarmed And it was like, so they couldn't hardly handle it. And then people started saying, film your hospital and doing hashtags. And then people started filming dead hospitals with nobody in them and proving some of the narratives wrong in real time. Like they couldn't lie anymore. Basically, they thought people were, I guess people like were supposed to be locked down, but they came out with their phones. That was a big deal. Had we not had live streams, we would have just believed it. Like, oh, they're overrun. Besides the couple people that go out, and then what do? Make a couple phone calls to a couple of your closest and go like the telephone game versus a live stream right out there for everyone.
And then also I posted a video that was that one bullshit video that was supposedly Italy and China and New York. It was like the same clip they were using and and I was like, oh my gosh, you know, and the fear it was drumming up where, you know, you're just watching all these, you know, people in scrubs running around the room. And so once I did that, that was the first time I realized like I have to check this shit better. And you know, sometimes I read a meme and I believe it, and I have to remind myself, like, this is a fucking meme, you know, this is not the gospel here. You know what I mean? Like, it's still that way.
Check everything pretty much.
Yeah, you really do. But I believe headlines a lot. I see, you know, oh, someone did a video on it. And in my mind, you know, my mind wants to believe that, you know, I know it's probably not true, but you see it in writing and it does something, I think, to your brain.
Oh, yeah. And then how many times you hear it over and over again is a thing. It's all intentional. I really love Kathy O'Brien. She talks a lot about the mind control in media because she had it such a big scale on her that she recognizes it, you know, in the smaller ways that they do regular people. Like most people will never go through what she alleges she went through. And I think she's telling the truth. I feel like it would be really dumb to go this far and say this for your whole life for it to not be true. But anyways, that's a whole nother story. So I do have another from this guy. He's talking about something like called the Arctic Haze investigation. And he puts the document right there on the screen, talks about it and the things with Comey. And so, because I didn't know anything about a guy named Daniel Richmond, but he's probably going to end up with a subpoena as well, because it's like the strange wording of things, like where it was like he told person 3 or something like this. So anyways, let me just he'll do a better job. That's why I play him, because I can't, they do such a better job explaining it. But it's interesting because it's just like a lot of this stuff doesn't get covered, but he's just going to, you know, take you to the exact document and tell you what it means, which is why I love this guy.
But here is just one snippet under Comey, Richmond, and their interactions with the media from a newly declassified report. In 2015, look, Comey instructed the FBI to hire Richmond as a special government employee and to grant him top secret clearance with access to SCI information. The investigation revealed that Comey hired Richmond so that they could discuss classified information. Comey also used, look right here, Richmond as a liaison to the media. On several occasions, Richmond spoke with to the media without consultation with the FBI or the DOJ's offices. Richmond contacted journalists to correct stories that were critical of Comey, and he had access to classified info, the FBI, and to shape future press coverage. Richmond did this both when he was a government employee and after he resigned. And it's just horrible. I mean, here's more. They also had this one. FBI assisted with the April 2017 article. Here you go. James Comey.
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube.
Wait, I want to see this.
All together.
According to investigators, they learned that Comey either directed or otherwise authorized FBI's official assistance to the New York Times. Comey authorizing it, according to investigators. Now, the investigators investigated themselves. They went through this whole thing, wrote all these reports, and nothing happened. They're like, oh, well, you know, a little strange that he hired this Columbia law professor dude to leak stories like this to the media, but it's James Comey. He's the FBI director, so we can't do anything about it. So we know that there is a lot of leaks and a lot of, basically investigators here who have had conversations and dug into what Comey was doing. Some of this stuff is early, right? So he's not actually being charged for like actually leaking anything. He's being charged for his testimony in Congress. And so who else is going to come into this, right? Who is the government going to disclose as witnesses? Are these investigators going to come in? I'm guessing Richmond is going to be a pretty key witness who's going to get a subpoena to come and testify. And so it's going to get spicy indeed, even if we are in a very blue district. And so he's got an arraignment coming up for October 9th, 2025. And we are going to be here
Yep, and I'll be following him so that he can tell me what the hell's going on.
Huh.
Oh man. Have a good night, Bonnie. It's good to see you. We totally I went from like outnumbered by men, and now now the women outnumber the men. Transformation. One more, Bonnie, wouldn't hurt. But have a good night. I hope you feel better.
All right, Bonnie. I'm feeding my cat ham.
Why did you call your cat Hank?
I said I'm feeding him ham.
Ham.
Oh.
That's not his name. Quit lying,
Hank.
Gloria.
His name's Frog.
Yeah, Craig got Bonnie sick, y'all. That's exactly what happened.
Oh man, everybody's sick, huh? There's Bonnie. Hey, Bonnie. Hugs.
Regina, oh my God. That is so great. I love that I'm not the only insane. I think the same thing. I'm too afraid to trust it. It's for the same reason, like truly. And like I always say, like, if you think that there's maybe stuff like that in shows or movies, then the places they're going to put it is like, say it's a sitcom, in that first little song at the beginning, or anything that's repetitive that plays every episode. I want to mute because I think of that stuff. I just think it's great. That's why I know I'm in the right spot. Like everybody, we're all a little mad.
That's true. I worry the same thing. I don't want to put any of that on. Even some of the Christian artists. One I heard about this week, Peggy Hall did a little expose on, was Chris Tomlin. And I really love his songs, but some of his symbolism on his albums and shit, some of these Christian artists, they're they sell their soul too.
Yeah, they do.
And that's the worst kind. That is the worst.
Isn't it? I know. I think so too. I agree.
Yeah, fake preachers and stuff like that, It's,
Did you guys see the movie Leap of Faith years ago? You didn't? Steve Martin?
No, I don't think so.
The whole movie was about like, did you, Virginia?
Yeah, I think so. Yes. At least once.
Okay, me and Virginia are in the same matrix. Okay. Well, it just you guys got to see it. It was so good. That's where Steve Martin said, I have exorcised. No, wait, that was Jim Carrey. I have exorcised the demon. No, I'm getting but no, they were like, it was all a big production so they could get money in the collections plate. They used earpieces.
Oh,
yeah,
I think I did see it. Yeah.
Yeah, they had the earpieces. You gotta pretend you're in a wheelchair and they get up and walk because they were.
Oh yeah, I've seen that movie.
It was a great movie though. I think it's been a long time, but I feel like he ended up, repenting and feeling bad for what he'd done. So whatever. A little bit of a moral in that old ass movie.
Yeah, another bad one. I'm just the bearer of bad news tonight, but
no, you're not.
Rocked my little world with Greg Laurie. A lot of you probably have seen. Maybe a lot of us don't watch movies anymore, but I did watch the movie Jesus Revolution, and that pastor has a lawsuit filed against him for knowing about the abuse in his ministry.
I saw that movie too. It had the guy from Fraser.
Yeah, he was good in it. Yeah. And yeah, that was in the 70s, and that was a legit time and everything. But man, it was bad. He didn't do any of the essay himself, but there's no way he didn't know what was going on. He ended up putting the guy under the table and then actually moving him from Romania. Now, Romania is coming out in the news a lot in the last week. And there's even some ties with Kirk's wife, actually. So Romania, that Harvest Ministry is all wrapped up in it. This guy was bad. He was really bad. And then he moved him out here to California and put him in charge of a thing. And they had some Calvary Chapel pastors that went out there and told him, you need to get this guy on a plane off of here tonight. They knew he was abusing the kids. So that's why they're suing Greg Laurie and Harvest Ministries, because he was negligent. He just turned a blind eye to it. He didn't do a damn thing about it. In fact, he rewarded the guy that was abusing all these kids. The lawsuit is by victims from Romania and California. 74 pages long. I read it. It just was so disturbing to me.
Well, the guy who played Jesus. Oh, well, he didn't play Jesus in that movie, but there was a guy that looked a lot like Jesus, and I think he ended up being the bad guy. He's the same actor that plays Jesus in The Chosen.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, Jonathan Romy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Donna. Yeah, that's Yorga's cat's name is Claude. I think that's what she's talking about. That's what I was thinking. Why did he say? I heard a Hank or something said a ham. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, relationship. People that don't have a relationship with Jesus, that's all they can point to is religion is secularized. And yeah, well then, I get it. If you don't have a relationship with Jesus, you don't, but you don't get to tell us that we don't. So that's where that's at.
It's between you and him.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty sick how many are with the churches. It's because there's a lot of families that attend, and you just think of it as, I don't know, a sacred space, I guess.
Yeah. No, and they hide there.
Yeah.
I mean, I experienced it even in my own church. You guys have heard me talk about it, and we stuck it out, and I still do believe the church is just you, me, and everybody here, and we just gather in a building. It's like I still want to connect with people wherever I can, but if I'm gleaning wherever I can, and everything is definitely not perfect.
Right.
But they also turn a blind eye to the children being abused.
Yep.
This government, they turn a blind eye to fucking everything. During COVID, what a disappointment. But some of those Calvary chapels stood strong. I was like, yeah, look at him go. But one of the studies I've done a lot of Bible studies, but I've never had one about our timeline or the millennium reign. And that's the thing. It's like the more I look into that, I'm not so sure that didn't happen. It's
So
easy to
then
say
you
no.
create your own churches, and we do a stream and you talk about it, and that is your little, since nobody else is talking about it, you talk about it. I'll listen to you.
Oh,
but you know what I mean?
I'm not.
As far as when you hear it, when you believe in something, you're looking into something and nobody else is talking about it, you kind of have to create somewhere to talk about it, right?
Right.
For your own sanity, I feel
we
like.
all need a building, James. We're not united anymore. I don't think people realize how absolutely devastated our country is because we're not united. I really don't think people get it. It's like, where are you going to go? Sports, the movies. Like, really think about it. If all these cool people in this chat were actually at church would be so much better. You know what I mean? It'd be so much cooler if you were all there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't care if people go to church or not. I really don't. My husband and I, we're going to go because we promised each other we'd go. Because we've seen the change in each other, in our relationship, in each other. We tested every other religion there was. I live in Paganville. Believe me, nothing else ever really.
Paganville, USA. Come to lovely Paganville.
It is. I might as well call it that.
Bring your small animals.
Okay, one more clip, you guys, with Govea about the J6. I'm sorry. This is so.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry, girl. We like
this
your
was
clip.
something that I didn't know. Which I mean isn't saying much, but so they talked about the informants, and there was 26 and 4 went in the Capitol, and that does just seem so unfair. Like, all these people that went in and that were jailed, and then the agents were the ones. There's so much. I don't have it. I thought I did this video where somebody in a mask and all black is breaking a window, and then he blames somebody in a mask, and he's clearly on camera. I'll find it. Play it next week if I don't find it.
Okay. How about any undercover non-employees? Oh, we didn't look into that. Oh yeah, we know why. Now, depending on how reads undercover agents versus plainclothes agents, both could be true. They did say that they had 26 CHSs who were in the crowds, 4 of whom entered the Capitol. And the Inspector General also said that only 3 of the FBI informants had been assigned by the Bureau to come to Washington and to report on domestic terror subjects who were attending the event. Now, of the 26 informants, 4 entered the Capitol during the January 6th protests. The OIG said they were not authorized to break the law, but they did. Chairman Loudermilk, who's going to be leading the new J6 committee, has also expressed determination to drill down this, wants to get to the bottom of it. William Pope, big shout out to Free State Will, listed nearly 50 agents that he identified, such as officers from the Joint Terrorism Task Force. Now, it's not clear who exactly is a part of the 274, but speaking of William Pope, Free State Will, he also had something to say about this since he's beaten the DOJ single-handedly. He says he's a J6er who won. The 274 number, he says, is actually 363 total FBI staff on January 6th, FBI only. It does not list them all as being plainclothes, so we don't actually know that. Some responded to the pipe bomb, etc. And also, this number is only FBI from the Washington field office. It doesn't include feds from other agencies or FBI offices. So here's another log where you'll see on 1-6 position type agents, 274 people, but they may have been there, during and after. This number includes agents that responded to the Capitol grounds, as well as inside the Capitol, the pipe bombs, and the red truck that was believed to contain explosive devices, as well as CDCs and ADCs. Okay, so 274 people in and around. When did they get there? How many were there before? That's their number. And then there are other numbers because they've got other people there. On J6, basically the total down here is 363. So what is the total number? And this is just, it sounds like, limited to the Washington field office. And we know from other documents that FBI agents from other field offices were working with CHSs who were planning, or with other sources who were working on going to the January 6th event. So that is from Free State Will. Of course, he's over at Free State Will on X and has done.
It just sounds to me like the number's much bigger. And I don't know. I don't think he said it right there, but in another place he said how they'll only count the ones from right there. There's all these other ones from other places, and they're like making different. They don't want to add them all in one number because it's even more. Anyway, like I said, he explains it much better, but I don't want to keep playing all these clips the whole time. There are 2 seconds.
Definitely stinks about it with all those agents there. It seemed very organized.
I want the clip of the guy breaking the window, getting the shark, screaming at people, come on, go through there, do it. Da, da, da. Then he sees that he's being filmed and he grabs some guy playing like not in black with his face covered and starts like blaming him for what he just did. And it's all footage. I'm trying to think. It might have been like, I think it was.
You know who had that was Epic Times.
I think I saw it on Next News too. That Gary.
Oh yeah, he has it. Franchi.
It may have been, but I don't think I have it handy. I don't know. I might.
And also that guy that obtained that footage originally is on YouTube. Bobby Powell is his name, and I heard he passed away. Actually, his son did a video that he passed away. But if you go to Bobby Powell, he had the original footage and he sold it to Epic Times.
Oh my God,
that was his actual footage. Yeah. He was trying to get, he had footage of himself showing it to every single congressperson. He was fighting a good fight. I was following him for a long time. I was sad to hear he passed.
They had some kind of crazy, like 1,100 hours or something, and they would not give them up. And then Chris Wray, he's another one I think they're going to refused to tell Congress about, I don't know exactly all the details, but also because I'm not going to play. I could, but I'm not going to. But the way they swatted at the J6ers, and somewhere I'm just not organized enough. There's also clips of actually I could find it. I think was Roger Stone, how they did him compared to how nice this administration's being. Nobody's
no one's in a hurry, Cola. You can take your time and find a clip. It's okay. No one's in a big hurry. Like everyone's just chilling, Everyone's pretty chill tonight, We're all tired anyway, so it's like
I never know which way. I've got a million different ways to go, you know.
I didn't used to organize my streams for a long time. I never did. I just got on and just went for it. Like I didn't care. I try to now just because I don't stream that much, and I try to stay focused on humble, you know. But it's still, I would get on and stream and just find my clips and take my time and not worry about it, you know. It's cool.
Right.
Nobody cares. Everybody's chill. Good night, Kaiser. Have a great night.
Yeah, but I'm growing a beard over here, all right?
Oh, it's always you, isn't it? It's you,
Yeah.
huh? You're the problem.
He's the one that keeps me on my toes.
Another 15 minutes is going to be a skeleton
How
sitting
come,
here.
like they did to Roger Stone, when you had these
Look at
FBI
that,
goons
though.
come with fully armed gear, trying
how
to
they-
ransack Roger Stone's house?
This is a gun. Look at this shit.
Is this going to happen to the FBI, Andrew, to James Comey?
Could
Remember
you
this?
imagine?
When they went in to round up Roger Stone, this guy
Somebody was putting leg iron.
pounding on the door, full team, and James Comey, so far as we know, is not going to get that. So if they want to cry about weaponization, why were they doing that, kicking in the doors of J6ers and more? And Ken Delanian over with Jen Psaki's new show.
Oh God, what happened there?
But wait a minute, especially Roger Stone, though. Do you think he's a threatening person? I mean, look at him.
He's an old
No,
guy.
he's an old man.
Yeah, he's just old dude, man. Yeah.
He's an old man. That's right. Jen Psaki, there's another 2.0 for you. Go look her up in 2020 and look her up today and tell me that ain't a 2.0. I just telling you, I don't.
Yeah, she
But
doesn't
they
look the
did
same.
No, they did a number on me with Biden. So it's fair for me to be skeptic. I've never been a skeptical person. My entire life, I've been just believable, you know, gullible, really, to a hurt. Because I want to believe people. But the last few years, you know, I don't believe anybody. I don't believe anybody.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same. It's impossible to decide sometimes what I think about certain topics because I don't trust a good bit of them, or, you know, a lot of what we see. You don't even know. Because I think, you know, someone brought up masks earlier, but I also think they, you know, the digital deep fakes, that technology was damn good a dozen years ago. Imagine now. I'm sure it's wonderful, you know, or however they do those AI type videos, you know.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, you've got a point there. I mean, look at any average Joe Blow, like let's say Craig the Hunter, can put together, you know, things that they look pretty freaking real, man. So I mean, you think about, you know, intelligence agencies, what the hell can they do?
Yep. And they've been testing it on us for years, tracking whether or not we were like, hey, is that the same person?
Some of us are further along than others. Anarchy since 10. Yeah, I pretty much believed everything when I was 10. I thought the news was real. You know, I don't think I ever believed in Santa, which is kind of weird, but I just don't remember actually believing. But most things I still believed, but 10, I'm sure. I found that clip thanks to Dee's pep talk about everybody being relaxed.
Okay.
So I went ahead and dug for it.
Good. Okay.
But look, check this out, though. Can you believe this? Well, I mean, some of you've already seen it.
News to share. Posting this.
Okay.
This is from J6.
Crap. It showed
said
him
it done,
already
200.
breaking the window out first.
Here's some footage. News to share.
And he's
posting
telling him
this.
to get back. And this
is
guy
from
notices
J6.
he's filmed.
One caught here breaking into the Capitol, blaming it on a civilian, was never charged. His identity never released.
There he is, putting on his glass.
Do not go in there.
It's nuts, man. That shit really, I couldn't believe it. Like, that's why they didn't want to give that footage up. All this type of stuff. Actually, I don't even know if that looked like somebody just with a camera phone. That one did. But yeah, it's nuts, man. Turn around and blame someone else. You're on film, dude. It just sucks that everything that could identify him was covered up. You know, I agree.
I bet there was 50 other things that happened like that too. That they might have on tape that you're never going to see.
I like how you still call it tape.
on
Me
tape,
too.
baby. I'm all analog.
It is kind of endearing. It is
It is.
really.
I know it's wrong. I see actual, newscasters still say that shit.
Yeah. Well, for some of them, I don't know. Are they still using reels or anything like that?
Nah.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think everything is all digital, and that was part of the conversion of analog to digital with TVs, and you could still get a couple of channels with a rabbit ears, but I think everything's digital now. Movie theaters, all of it.
Yeah, TV went to digital. Air TV, antenna TV went to digital in 2007. Yeah, but I've got it in my kitchen, and I've got it in my garage, and man, I've got like 30 some channels, I think, something like that. And there's some other. What I like is they have 3 or 4 just flat out crime channels that are all true crime stuff. I'll just throw one of them on there.
Yeah, you can still catch a signal for sure.
I ain't joking, man. I've got like 30 channels, man.
Yeah, my brother did the same. I want to say it was like a paper plate with tinfoil on it. he boosted. He had antennas, right? But he boosted them. He did all this research because he's a very frugal person. He hates paying unnecessary bills. I'm not paying for cable. I can get something on TV right here,
And it looks amazing. I mean, it looks almost better than cable, the signal. I have the antenna, it just looks like a black rectangle, but you can get a amplifier for that to go in between the lines, between the TV and the antenna, which boosts your signal. And, I'm near a halfway major town, so I can actually pick up some different things.
I'll be right back.
Oh shoot, where are you going?
Oh, I'll be watching. I just got to go get my phone. I left it in the room.
Okay.
Why are you going to play a video?
Because you were talking about the 2.0s and everything. And,
yeah.
And it's just really weird that you said that because I just saw this thing about Ryan Seacrest. And it's kind of the same idea. I like this. Let me see.
You think
I know
he's
you're
been
just gonna
taken
grow up
out?
here.
Does he look
Yeah, that's
different?
what I was trying to do. I'm sorry, I'm just slow. I think so, according to what they're showing here, for sure.
Gosh, he looks like the guy from the Y-Files so much.
They got him.
Wow.
They got him good. Hollywood is literally playing Pokemon Go with their celebrities. I don't know how there's like a few of us who can see the change and what's going on here, but this is not the Ryan Seacrest I remember. What's going on, dude? Who are you, man? This is an infiltrator. This is the Ryan Seacrest I remember from American Idol. Full of light, full of personality, humanism, And this is the Ryan Seacrest we're getting today. Total robot vibes, you guys. Look how glazed over his eyes are. And look at his smile. It's literally reminding me of the movie Smile. If you know, you know. What is going on in Hollywood, you guys, that is making these Hollywood celebrities not only feel robotic, but it's like they're different versions of themselves. Is it something more sinister than plastic surgery and Botox, you guys? Because yes, they are unrecognizable on the outside, but it's what I'm feeling in my soul when I'm seeing these pictures and videos. I feel a darkness, I feel a void. And like I've said in many of my videos, you guys, the eyes are the windows to the soul, where once there is light, there is complete void. There is nothing behind these eyes. What is going on with these Hollywood celebrities? Because
no, I ain't gonna lie, this is scary. All the way from Jenna Ortega to Ryan Seacrest.
Oh yeah, he's talking about Jenna Ortega. Another thing, I'm going to get some pictures of them. I meant to, but I just never have enough time. This new look the women are doing where they like shave off their eyebrows.
Oh yeah.
The Olsen twins did it, and Hannah Montana or Miley Cyrus, and they look real white and gaunt, and it makes them look terrible. They were beautiful girls, and they shave their eyebrows off and get this white I don't know. Have you seen it? I wished I would have got those.
Yeah, I
pictures.
had a tenant one time that did it. She had completely shaved her eyebrows off, and she used purple eyeliner to fill her eyebrows in. It was so weird.
All right, hold on. I gotta tell you this one real quick. My ex-wife.
I've heard this.
All right. I won't tell it then if you
No,
are.
you tell it to everybody else. I'll listen again.
Tell me. I want to hear it. Come on.
All right. She literally, I don't know what her problem was, but I think she literally picked all her eyebrows out. She would sit in front of the mirror and just pick her damn eyebrows. And finally, this is long after we'd broken up, but we got kids, so you got to see each other every now and then. And I've seen her within the last couple of years, and it looks like she put a stencil on her head and like brown spray painted on these fucking eyebrows, man. I mean, it looks like, it's like this shit or something. And you could look at them and go, man, where'd you get them at? Earl's Job or something, So anyway, I ain't gonna say nothing about it, but they look ridiculous, like a cartoon character, right? So she goes on a hike with my daughter, and they were down by the river, and they were on this like metal catwalk thing. My daughter was the one that told me about it. She said it was the funniest shit she ever saw in her life. So my ex-wife, somebody was coming this way towards them, and my daughter's in the back, and then my ex-wife's in the front. And my ex-wife kind of trips on something, but she caught herself. It was like, whoa, that was pretty good. Lifts her head up and pow on this big metal pipe that was coming across. I mean, it went. She went down, and this lady's going, "Are you all right?" And my daughter's dying laughing, man. She's dying laughing because one of her fucking eyebrows is gone. It was up on the pipe, man. Yeah.
Oh,
and she got to go the rest of the day with this freaking caterpillar hanging up here, man. I was like, man, that's a funny. God, I would have paid to be there to see that. Your freaking eyebrows up there chilling on the pipe, man. It's a good story. I wish I was there. God, I wish I was there.
Oh, shoot, that's hilarious. That's why I wear a hat, so I can just hide my eyebrows. And I don't have to freaking deal with them because I don't care about them, but everybody else does. They got to look at them. I don't,
The thing is, too, anytime I see her, I can't help but stare at them fucking things, man. That's what I'm looking at the whole time we're talking, man. I'm like,
shut up. Better be fucking lying.
Well, it's funny how things come in and out of style, too. Like, whenever I was young, you didn't want to hardly have any eyebrow. They're like so
real thin. Yeah.
And some women never got them all the way back and stuff. I barely do. Because I mean, it was a thing. You had them all. It was like, but what's crazy is it like goes in a big circle, right? Like it's in for a while and then it turns into and it goes back because, like right now it's big fat fake lashes and really dramatic drawn on eyebrows is the thing. What was Hollywood back in the day? They had it too, the big, like way back in the day.
Torpedo titties,
Well, those gotta come back too, I guess.
Remember those with the torpedo titty bras?
I remember titties.
They had the drawn on eyebrows too, and the big fake lashes, like early Hollywood. It was, and now we're back there again. I guess we're back.
Spray paint now.
Man.
Good evening, Red. Oops, I didn't mean to put my camera on. Good evening, Red Pill. I just do that for Yorga because when he puts his camera on, he really wants to look at somebody. So I figured, put that on. I know what it's like. So you just want to look someone in the eye sometimes.
Well,
right. I'm more comfortable at the backstage. I'll leave it on back there. Even there, I don't because like it seemed like people used to turn them on more, and like as it's evolved, more and more people get to. I'm one of them. I start keeping it off most of the time.
Yeah,
but I don't want to be the only one with a camera on.
People are more comfortable, and it's nice because you can walk around and not worry about if it's just pointing up your nose or whatever. That's what I'm usually doing when my camera's on, it's like, oh, how'd you like looking up my nose, everybody, or I'm deleting someone or can't, reporting somebody sometimes, or what is it? Timing them out, if I'm walking around with the camera or with the phone on YouTube. Anyway.
Oh my God, Billy, and the first date's got to be swimming. That way you can find out what you're really dealing with. He's trying to dunk their head under the water.
Wait, I don't understand.
Take them on the first date swimming. Oh wait, which one?
Like taking a girl, you go swimming?
Yeah, so that if she's got a bunch of makeup on and stuff, you know.
Oh, I get
idea.
now.
Good idea.
And then it washes off and you know what they really look like.
Or it comes off on your pillow and you don't realize it till the morning, and then you got to haul ass.
That's when it's too late, Yorga, is it if you find it on the pillow?
Not for me. No, I'm out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You find me walking down Chippenham Parkway with a sheet wrapped around me. Sometimes you got to exit, baby. Not that ever happened to me.
Of course not.
Man, I love a Yorga story. They're awesome. I think
you want to hear the worst one? You want to hear the worst one?
Yeah, why not?
Are you ready for it? All right.
Yeah.
So I got really drunk at this bar one night, and this chick basically picked me up, right? And we end up, and I'm drunk as a fart, man. We end up over at her house, had some more drinks, and a little hanky-panky, you know? And I wake up in the morning, and she's laying like this, you know? And I see the tattoo up on the back of her shoulder. My eyes are focusing. She's dead asleep. And I was like, what is that thing? And it was like a goose, a big goose. And I'm like, that's a weird looking goose. But the neck of the goose was a freaking schmeckle, right? And so I'm not joking you, man. So I get the fuck out of there. I didn't even know what road I was on, man. I went out to my car and I'm like, you know, and it's like, oh shit, I didn't know where I was, man. I had to find my way home, right? So no, the funniest part is I was telling a friend of mine who's a bass player, we were at a gig one night and I was telling him this story about this. And I said, there was the tattoos right here and everything. He said it was a dicky bird, wasn't it? And that's what he called it, a dicky bird.
What the
and I said, yeah, how'd you know? He goes, yeah, I know her.
What?
Hold on. There was a schmeckle tattoo.
This was about a woman? This wasn't about a bird?
Woman. I would sleep with men, baby.
I thought it was a bird in the road or something. I
No,
don't know.
it was a tattoo on his shoulder right back here. It was a big goose that was flying, but his head was a schmeckle.
So when you were having sex with her, this is what you saw. This is what you're
No, I didn't see it till the next morning when I woke up.
Thank God.
All we saw was the bird. It was a different position. We understand. Yeah.
One of the Yorga story, baby. We had to have some time.
No, we're done with that story.
Thanks a lot.
I'm done now.
I thought it was just funny that my buddy knew exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I got to get my phone.
It's kind of creepy for real that he knew. A big schmeckle.
Well, I thought it was fun.
I mean, it was.
Mm-hmm. Are you sure it was a schmeckle or just a long gooseneck?
No, it was a, trust me, it was a schmeckle.
Okay. I'm just
not the kind of girl you bring home to meet mom and dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially
son, come here for a second. Is that a big goose with a big schmeckle for a neck on there?
Yeah. It's not a good sign.
Marion material.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord.
Shit, somebody probably married her.
So, I got a random Hollywood thing about Justin Bieber sharing a picture. Yeah, I know it's random, but he shared a picture of his baby, but the avatar he put over the baby was a slice of pizza.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's the same guy that was doing. I like this guy. He does a lot of Hollywood stuff, but it just kind of, after everything we know, how could he not know? You know, maybe he doesn't. I don't know, but this is the picture.
Insane.
Why would they put that on there?
That's
because everybody makes sense.
That's what he's talking about. And the best version is maybe he's saying he's going to protect it because pizza and then ... and then gate, like the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. Why that? It's a child. Like what? so coincidental, right? It's creepy. But the best, so he's reading like comments and stuff, and the best comments I heard were like, maybe it was his statement that he's protecting them from that. I don't know. It's creepy.
You know,
maybe somebody else put it on there.
Out of all the
it's
emojis
his
you
post.
could have used, my boy used a pizza to cover up the baby's face.
That is weird, I think.
Like someone said, you could have used anything, some balloons, you know, you could have used anything. Somebody said maybe he put the pizza emoji over his child's face, representing, you know, protecting the child from the, you know, can't say that stuff because they still flag that topic to this
That's
day.
why I didn't say it, because he said, you know what? And he said he can't say that stuff because they still come after you. I didn't realize that. I've totally
I mean, that's pretty weird. Like, how could he not know?
That's what people are saying. I don't know. It's weird. I think the best explanation is maybe he's saying, I'm protecting mine from this. Like, can't get mine, or I know about you, or something like that.
Maybe
but
so, but ever since he was a kid, he's been deep in that Hollywood, whatever you want to call it, cabal or whatnot, man.
For sure.
That's creepy.
I rode by his house out there. That he's not in there now, but he was renting a house. I was on a tour, you know, and they're like, "Oh, it's Justin Bieber's house up there." Thing was all glass and one big part of it rotated, and it was like blue glass. You couldn't see through, like blue mirror. The whole flipping thing, man. And they said that at that time, and that was 2017, he was paying $60,000 a month to rent that place.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should know better for sure. He does know better. That does not.
Well,
that
that's
is
why-
not a good look at all.
That's why I lean towards it's like I know about you guys and you can't have mine, or something like that. Maybe. I hope. Nothing
Yeah.
else makes any sense. I don't think he could not know either, but maybe he just didn't hear it called that. I don't know. I keep trying to make it make sense, but yeah, it creeped me out when I heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
Is
maybe
it-
they call it something different. Maybe when we learned about it on the internet, you know, maybe they have different names for it when you're experiencing it firsthand. I don't know. I know it just doesn't make sense to me, unless the only thing that does make sense is him sending the signal that you can't have mine. I guess that would make some sense.
I don't know. I know now I'm hungry.
They rarely get out of it, you know. Very few of them really are good, are really escape it, and I don't think very many of them are good. I just really don't.
I feel
They're
like I
Satan.
always want good things. I know some of them really are. I do know that, but I don't think that they all are. I don't know what, you know, percentage or how it works, but like I feel like some of them way at the top, you know, have to be, right. It's just hard to believe some of them. Like some of them really do have like these images of actually sweet, like Jennifer Garner or, you know, Julia Roberts or something. They, you know, they're good actresses, I guess, because I would
but
never.
those are men, so
Oh my God, here we go. It's a
It's
man.
a man, baby.
I mean, Julia Roberts for sure has the man jaw and the man hips and the man shoulders.
Does she have an Adam's apple?
She does, doesn't she?
I don't know. I ain't looked at it that close.
I think she might. I'm just saying. Who knows? We don't. It goes that deep too, with that kind of stuff. They like to look at their kids, the Will Smith's kids out there looking like a freak. They all out there freaky. They're like what is it in the Hunger Games? The ones that dress up and they're the Capitol. That's what they are already like that. You know, how shocking can we be? Let's have our hair be purple and yellow, and let's wear glitter clothes, and let's, you know, I mean, it's just wow. That movie freaking messed me up too, because it does feel like we're in.
That was such a good movie.
I did like that chick though. What was her name?
I know she was
Katniss.
Yeah.
No.
And what's his name? Bonehead was boning her. What was his name?
The Capitol
Matt.
lady.
Yeah.
What was her name? She's a famous actress. I can't think of her name.
What was weird is when Biden's inauguration and Lady Gaga has the Hunger Games pin on and she looks like she's straight out the damn movie. That was kind of creepy. Like a lot of people were saying, why does this look like the Hunger Games? Totally
Yeah,
did
that was weird.
So one more Hollywood thing, and it's Ray J again, which is weird how it's like they hit the headlines before something else is about to come out. They do it on purpose, I know. But he says the feds are preparing a case worse than Diddy against Kim Kardashian and them. Popcorn Planet covered it. Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence is Katniss, but I think they meant the girl in the Capitol Brew.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the what the hell's her name? The lady that's always in the big outfits.
I'm not sure her name, but
I'm coming to her name.
And Schmidt was phoning her.
Elizabeth Banks, is that who it is?
Yeah,
She's
right.
Effie.
She's been
Yeah,
around
yeah,
forever, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna play this real quick if y'all don't mind. This is just him saying that stuff about
out there declaring that the feds are planning a case and that it's against Kim Kardashian, Kris Jenner, and that it'll be worse than Diddy. Let's just play the clip. Apparently this was caught on a stream. I want to play the clip because again, I don't know how much I'm buying this because Ray J does like to go viral, it seems. But let's look at the clip in question.
This federal RICO though on KK and Chris. Ooh, the federal RICO I'm about to drop on Chris and Kim is about to be crazy. I'm talking about I'm on the news every day, like yeah. Meaning like I'm gonna say a lot of shit.
This is crazy because I'm going to be on the news every day and just say a lot of shit. That's why it's crazy.
Like anybody know Kim and cool with Kim? They need to tell him now. The rain is coming. The feds is coming. Hey, right. The feds is coming. It's nothing I can do about it. It's worse than Diddy.
Nothing he can do about it. It's worse than Diddy.
It's worse than Diddy.
Y'all hear this nigga, boy?
It's worse than Diddy. The feds are coming to investigate. Yeah, because it's like I can't be the dirty guy no more.
That's it. I'll go to silence for a little while, and that's the clip.
I think he says a lot more about it. I don't know much.
There is some interesting thing I'm going to show you here, but he has previously declared this. He was previously saying that Diddy's RICO charges were bogus, which proved out the jury agreed.
Yeah, then he went all out on the limb for Diddy and everything, which didn't give him any credibility. He said, where was I during all of this? And all I'm thinking is, yeah, where were you? Probably right there with them. But he totally did say that. I wonder if there will be a case. I don't know. It may be just something he's saying, like they said, to go viral or be talked about.
Who were those guys, Cola?
Well, the guy talking was Ray J, which is Brandy's brother. You know, the guy, all the weird connections with Whitney Houston and her death. He's all over the place, man.
I don't know.
I don't know who was interviewing him or what live stream that was. I'd have never seen it if it wasn't for Popcorn Planet. Well, that's not true. It's actually gone viral, so I would have seen it somewhere.
Wasn't Ray J the one in the sex tape with Kim?
Yep, so many connections. Yeah, he tries to say that he didn't have any part of that. Like he didn't want his stuff out there like that. I'm like,
well, it shows that he's known them a long ass time pretty well, and so him saying there could be a RICO against them. It's interesting because there's no way they are clean with when you're that type of socialite. You know, you're kind of part of a certain world of groupies and what have you. They built their way up, but I could see them being high level madams or especially Kris Jenner. But yeah, so it's interesting with him because he's the whole reason they're famous. Can you imagine? I mean, Kris Jenner, not that it relates to the RICO, but she made them retape parts of the sex tape that she leaked. That's her daughter. Can you imagine watching her daughter's sex tape, them being like, hey, could you guys reenact that gag part? That would be great.
No, gross.
That's what she did though.
And so yeah, it doesn't look or sound good. And
if she would do that to her daughter, who else would she do it to?
She does give me Handler vibes also. I got another clip here in a minute of Kanye freaking out. So Kim's doing a tell-all, which I'm telling you, I'm probably going to look into that. It's going to have some interesting stuff. And I don't know, in the clip where Kanye's like yelling and screaming, it's more Chris's reaction to him and her trying to like smooth it all over. It really gives. She sounds panicky, but she also like it's creepy, man. She gives me Handler vibes, but I don't know.
Corey Gambler is connected to way too much stuff too. He was there when Diddy's first wife died, right? Or second wife, whoever. He was a handler for Justin Bieber, I believe. And Corey Gamble is Kris Jenner's boy toy, but they have like a 20-year age gap, and he totally has handler slash maybe a little bit of bodyguard vibes, but something ain't right with that whole connection.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff goes on in Hollywood. And so did you hear any of that Charlie Sheen stuff the other day? Yorga had seen the same thing I saw, where he kind of told on himself for being gay, but also said he didn't do the stuff to the boy.
No.
Which is the dead Corey or whatever. Oh man, that was just like we were talking about last week.
Corey Haim.
Yes. And but the one saying it is Corey Feldman, and he basically called him a liar, threw in his face that also his mom even said she just wants him to shut up. But I mean, my thing is, even if you're right or wrong, I'd want you to shut up if I'm somebody's mom. Like, we're talking all this, you know, you want to keep some things private. So I don't think that was a very good point. Anyways, there's just this little short video I saw about it. Basically, not like a bunch of different people recounting it, basically not in Sheen's favor. And I almost forgot, but I'm glad because it's real short anyway. That's interesting.
In a new interview, Charlie Sheen comes out and he admits that he has had relations with other men. And the media is saying how brave and liberated this is. But I think it's important to remember the accusations against Charlie.
He went into great detail. He told me, Charlie bent me over in between two trailers and put Crisco oil on my butt and raped me.
On the side of Lucas, he told me that, you know, it was his co-star. And he told me that really did it.
And then I said, well, who is it? And then he says, Charlie. Charlie Sheen. He had said to him, this is what men do.
Shit, I've personally heard the story about Charlie and Corey Haim. Probably at least a dozen people probably in my inner circle knew for sure. It was pretty much common knowledge. I mean, Charlie Sheen was diddling him on the set of Lucas.
So y'all can think that he's some sort of brave hero for coming out and being honest about banging dudes if you want, but myself, it's a hard pass.
Hard pass.
Yeah.
So I just found that interesting. That guy put all that down. I don't know if he's the one that put it together. Or he shared something where it was put together, but I'm glad he did. Because, like, I mean, I don't know if I didn't have good reason. That was pretty. I think Charlie was somewhat convincing. He was pretty honest about some things, and I don't know. I'm just glad somebody rebutted it. Me too. I don't know. I don't know if I can handle it. She pretty much tells you all the things you need to know. She puts it all out there. That's what I love about her. And she's
I'm sorry. I was asking you something and I had my mute on. The guy that was just in that video, the biker looking dude, did you see where him and there's another guy that's on YouTube all the time. I think his name is he's a wormy looking little white guy. I think it's what was his name? I forget. But they were both getting run out of Portland by Antifa. Both of those guys.
So you're talking about the one that we just saw that was hosting it, the guy with the beard.
Yeah, that guy and the little white guy. I know you've seen him before. I can't think of his name.
JD Delay.
Huh?
JD Delay.
Is that what his name is?
Yeah, it's JD. He's an ex-con, and his videos are
okay. I'm talking about the guy he was with, though. Is this little, like, wormy little white guy? But he's always up in the middle of these protests and stuff, and he does well, but he gets threatened all the time.
Oh, yeah, Nick,
yeah.
Is it Nick Johnson?
No, the kid. No. Fuentes or something? Or
something like that, I think. No.
Nick Fuentes. No? Dang it.
No, I don't think it is. It's Nick. It is Nick something though. And yeah, they were together. They were both getting run out of there by Antifa. And to believe it or not, the big biker guy, that big biker guy would look like he was scared, man. And the little wormy guy didn't show any fear at all.
No, he's pretty fearless. I like that kid. I hope he stays safe.
Oh, he's super fearless. Somebody's saying Nick Shirley. That's kind of
Shirley.
Yes. Thanks, you guys. That is what it is.
Did you see him with his grandpa? It was such a sweet interview.
Mm-mm.
I didn't.
Did not see that.
York, I need your help on this one. She's saying, so Charlie's by. I'm not sure. I know that he said he was while he was smoking crack, but it kind of seemed like, and I mean, I'm serious, that's what he said. It kind of seemed to me like it was like a phase or something. I don't know if he's still, but maybe he still is.
Yeah, but you can't. You can only believe about half of what he's saying. You know, and he said that, you know, of course he was married to beautiful women. He was with all sorts of beautiful women. I can't understand why he paid for sex. That makes no sense to me at all. But that's a whole nother story. But then he said he got really messed
He was
up.
kind of shy. He was actually really shy.
Yeah, he tried to play that shy shit. I don't believe that shit either. But he said, and this is after 2.5 Men, after he blew that deal, $2 million per episode. What an idiot. He just got really, really wasted, and he picked up the menu and looked at the other side of the menu, is the way he was, you know, describing it as far as
that is the analogy he used.
yeah,
Exactly.
sleeping with men. But then he said, you know, that never happened until then, you know. So and he did admit that it was still on the menu, as a matter of fact. So yeah, I would say he's fine for sure.
But who does that and then orders a tossed salad, but you don't even like tossed salad? That's not how it works.
Charlie Sheen.
Bullshit.
Yeah, well, all those accounts didn't make it look. It's not just Feldman that's saying it. There was a lot of different, and then the one guy said a bunch of different sources. So it doesn't look good to be.
I think he did it.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
I do too. I think he's at least bi.
Pure Hollywood trash, man. And I mean, and in a way, I like him. I like the some of his, well, probably all of his movies I liked. I thought he was a great actor, but you know, he's a dirtbag.
Right. The kid in 2.5 Men tried to leave the show. You can watch him change. He went off to, he went to Rent a Religion, but then he came back or something. It was weird. That was pretty strange too, but I don't know all the details from that.
And then they replaced him with like Ashton Kutcher or something, right?
Yeah, and it didn't work out well. They thought they were just going to go, you know. It's not like it was the Becky on Roseanne, because they sure got away with that. They just switched that girl back and forth a couple times, John.
Yeah.
Becky's role was
It's like a Darren on Bewitched.
There you go. Man.
That's not my husband.
Yeah, that was always kind of shocking. And on MASH too, when they replaced, well, the Colonels, they were different people altogether, weren't they? Or did they ever? Yeah.
Harry Potter and not Harry Potter. Colonel Potter. Colonel Potter and shit. Who was first guy? He was funnier.
But did they keep him as the same character, or did they swap him out as a different?
No, they swapped him out because like, shit, now what was I can't remember his name, but the first guy got killed, and that was a big shocking thing. He actually was going to go home, and he left like he was going home, and then they came back there in the operating room, and they said that he had been killed, shot down.
That's right.
Then they got the other guy.
Okay. Yeah, because it's funny when shows would do that, right? They'd replace the one of the characters with a totally different.
Yeah, doesn't work.
And they weren't really like doppelganger. How do you say it?
Doppelgangers. It worked with Becky though. That's why I use that reference. It's kind of like if I were Becky, I'd be pissed. Like, damn, nobody even cared. She swapped back and forth.
It kind of worked with Three's Company too, because I think
Cindy.
Right?
Yeah, but they weren't trying to be that person. It was just like one of them left, they got a new chick in there, you know. Same thing with Charlie's Angels. They did the same thing.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So they've been doing that a long time.
Oh yeah, Fresh Prince. That's another one. Aunt Viv or something like that. Yeah, switched her right out. You got to be just far
and
enough.
the Jeffersons too. Didn't they? They switched out the wife, didn't they? George's wife.
No, I don't think so. But they had two different
the
Lionels.
maid?
They had two different Lionels on there on the Jeffersons.
Oh,
They
really?
did. Yeah.
They switched out a
Oh,
woman.
and they had the very first George Jefferson was a different guy. Back when it was on Archie Bunker's show. Yeah, it was a different guy.
Really?
And another fun fact, Sherman, what's his name? Sherman Helmsley, the guy that played George Jefferson. Did you know he was
gay?
And so was Grandpa Walton. I know that one hurts.
Well, I not as much as finding out Mr. Brady was gay. That one was.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you another one. Shit. What's his name? Played not Ben Casey. Played Raymond Burr. Raymond Burr. He was. I never would have guessed that one either.
And you know, I had an old friend tell me that she heard. Now this is, of course, just rumor, allegedly. But that Alice was like tripping balls the whole time she was on that show. She was like on LSD.
On that show, Alice?
Yeah. The maid.
Alice.
I
I heard something else about her, but it wasn't that, and I don't know what it was now.
Yeah, she was Boinking the Butcher.
Oh, yeah, her and the butcher had a thing.
Sam the Butcher.
She likes Sam the
Boinking
butcher.
Ella.
Sam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was when all the kids were at school.
Sam
Oh, yeah,
the
soap
butcher
operas.
brings the meat.
Yep. He has the meat.
Yep.
The salami.
Yeah.
Well,
It's true.
allegedly, the actors who played Marcia and the older brother, didn't they have like?
Oh yeah.
No! It was the mom. It was the mom
was
and
fixing
the
it.
older brother. Yes.
It was the mom and Greg. They had a little hanky panky.
Mm-hmm.
That's just awkward.
What?
Yes.
Mom.
Yep. They had
No.
hair. Yep.
Florence?
You know what movie I really liked? Did y'all ever watch
no
the
way.
Barry Brady movie where they were like in the 90s or something?
Yes,
It was
of course.
funny.
Hell yeah.
I really thought that was pretty funny.
Marcia.
No, I'll never be a teen model.
Gave her all the free meat.
Remember when Peter had to be in the freaking school play and his only line was pork chops and applesauce.
I do.
And then they found the freaking tiki doll in Hawaii. Remember that one?
That was a really creepy one, man.
Yes.
I watched that recently, like in the last year or so. I don't know. It was,
Tiki Island.
I like how they parodied the talks with the daughter to the dad on the Barry Brady movie, where he's like, well, I didn't ever think of it like that, Dad. And now that you say it, and they stretched it all out and like really, because that was always like that on that stupid show. It was like, you know, these talks.
Yeah, they got the dad. Showed cheesy family life.
Mm-hmm. And then they made Jan insane. She kept hearing voices in her head. And in the movie, you could hear what the voices were saying. Marsha.
Mm-hmm. I think someone was doing a breakdown of that one tiki voodoo. Someone was doing a YouTube video about that.
That was a two-parter.
Yeah, it was. Those were a big deal back then, you know?
Yeah, well, fuck it. We're in Hawaii. You might as well stretch it out, you know?
Yeah. Gomer.
Yeah, Gomer was lighting the loafers as well. He had a thing with Rock Hudson.
Huh.
Yep.
Gomer Pie.
Gomer Pyle.
Oh my gosh. Whoa.
Did you know, speaking of Rock Hudson,
yeah.
You know, he was the big heartthrob of probably the 50s and the 60s, okay? And up into the 70s. But it almost got out that he was lighting the loafers. and there was a magazine out there called Variety, and they were going to break the story. And whoever his company was, MGM or Universal or whoever, went to that freaking newspaper and said, "You cannot do this, because he'll be ruined. You can and will be ruined. You cannot do this, man. We got so many plans for this guy." So the paper said, "Give us somebody," and he went, "Okay," and they gave him Rory Calhoun, who was going to be a big star in his own right, but he had like a burglary or armed robbery or something in his past, and so they gave him that, and they ran with that story instead, and Rock Hudson dodged the dart, shall we say?
Like a rock. Brady Bunch and Partridge Family every Friday night. Am I that old? Best Friday night, best night of the week. Partridge Family. I love the.
Who was Danny's best friend on that you never saw that he always talked about?
I don't know. Was it a made up friend?
Right.
No, it was a real guy, but you never see him. He's always talking about a guy named Funky. Me and Funky happened. Huh?
He died last year, I think.
No, he didn't, did he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Danny Bonaducci?
Man, I'm more about the replays on those shows. I was more like Family Matters and the TGIF Fridays. There was a lot of corny little kids. The shows were a little bit more. Boy Meets World was one of them. But I definitely watched the reruns. But that's something my little granddaughter said the other day. And I know somebody just had to teach it to her. I was swinging her and she's saying, "Got any cheese? Got any cheese?" And I'm like, what the heck? She was totally doing the Steve Urkel. "Got any cheese?" I don't know who taught her that.
Cola, you might remember. I used to have to watch this show with my kids, but it was actually a good show. It was on Nickelodeon. It was called Kablam. Do you remember that?
It does sound familiar.
It was funny as hell.
Like you can't say that on TV or something. There was like lockers. Some of this stuff is like, and like I barely remember Fraggle Rock. Like that was a big deal when I was a kid. Fraggle Rock was like the shit.
I think you can't do that on television.
Something like that. You can't do that, or you can't say that on television. It was a stupid kid show. Who teaches that stuff? I don't know. I mean, I could have, but I don't remember. Somebody says Danny Bonaducci is still alive.
My son used to run home from the bus to get on the TV because what was that show? Who's the Boss? He had to catch it every day, and he would never admit it, but he was madly in love with that little girl on the show. What was her name? She's famous now.
Tales from the Crypt. That was cool. I'm sorry.
I know who you're talking
what was that girl's name on Who's the Boss?
I can't think of her name, but she is.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I do know who you're talking about.
And he wouldn't admit it. He would haul ass off the bus to get home to watch that.
That's pretty funny.
No, kids don't know
Alyssa
that.
Milano. There you go.
Thank you, Doc.
Yeah.
Thank you, Doc P. Thank you, Lynn Quilts.
Lynn Quilts, yes. It's just a brain fart.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of them lately.
I knew I spelled something burning.
Well, I do have this one clip about the whatever Kim's tell-all book about Kanye, and there's like this short clip of him kind of going off for a minute, but I'm not sure if it's this one or one other. There's only two more that have to do with this. It's same Popcorn Planet, but it is weird, like the way that she reacts. Billy says, "Remember that poster with her holding a hockey stick back in the day?" He's got a certain image in his head.
I don't remember that, but I'm sure my son would have had it.
I wish I had that image. I'd totally put it up right now. I don't.
She is allegedly also prepping a tell-all about Kanye, and some new clips have come out that are pretty shocking. I got to say, against Kanye, not surprising, but shocking that they're out. Now, Kim Kardashian previously took a swipe at Kanye when Chris was telling her, "Oh, don't worry," when she was 40, the coming years will be the best of your life. And Kim recently confirmed it's true. She said of Jenner's prediction, "Only over the past 3 or 4 years have I gained confidence." Before, I constantly needed to check with someone before making a decision. Can you imagine? It's crazy to rely so much on other opinions. Now, to really hit that home, Ye has now, I guess there's this video that he's documentary with 3,000 hours of footage that's being come out, and now some clips are surfacing where he yells at and Kim. I want to play these clips. We'll end here, sort of just how aggressive Kanye really is. People want to call him a lot of things, but this isn't good.
I would rather be dead, not in jail, because I'd rather be dead than to be on medication. No one from the family has taken any responsibility for my hospital visit, but if you want to go online, that's 50% of what people say at least. Or maybe, am I lying?
It doesn't matter.
Am I lying? It do matter! It does matter! It does matter!
What do you want? You just said,
I'm just being specific.
It does matter!
It matters to us and you. It doesn't matter what the internet says. It matters what we think. Yay.
So what do you think? Did you have an effect on my mental health?
Yes. Yes. I'm saying yes. And I love you. I love you. I don't want you to be not perfect. I love you.
Not
and I want my
perfect.
daughter to love you the way you want her to love you.
This is an abusive relationship.
Yeah, it's creepy, man. But you know how she like still trying to control the situation though?
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of that part got me more than anything. And they're trying to he's painting him as so bad, but if you listen to what she cut him off, he was ranting, he was letting it out, and she says it doesn't matter. Well, that pissed him off worse. He's like, let me say what I'm saying, you know? You don't think you had a part in my mental decline? Like, it sounds to me like there's a lot more than just, oh, Kanye's unhinged. It's they always try to say.
Right. No,
That's
I agree.
his wife.
That was Kris Jenner. That was Kim's mom. And she's the one that gives me Handler vibes. They're still talking about
said it doesn't matter what the internet
from Alyssa.
It doesn't matter what the internet thinks. It matters what we think. She was referring to herself and Corey. Like, I mean, come on, man. That's straight up Handler vibe. And what he was saying, I'm not even mad at what he was yelling. He was saying, I do not want to take psychotropic medication. They were
I would rather be dead than yes. So
And
that's
he
what I'm
did
saying. I'm
not
focusing
approach
on
her.
what he's saying and not how he's saying it, you know?
Correct. And he walked away.
Yeah.
He never got within 4 feet that would have been a threatening stance as far as her physical safety. He grabbed his shit and he left. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty trippy. The next one, he's screaming at Kim. It's like a minute and a half. I'll play that, then I'll be out of Kanye crap. But it's just like there's always stuff going on both places, in Hollywood and in politics at all times. And I don't know. I find some of it interesting. I just think the Kanye stuff, I want to see this stuff he puts out, even if this is apparently where this is coming from. His own
Bottom line, President, that's no. Don't even bring up the thing. You can't say you put yourself in the ground and they were being murdered. Okay, well, no.
But at some point, it's a reality that people say no. People say no to me on a daily basis, and I don't just start screaming and throwing a tantrum. That's just not
That's my personality.
That's my personality, babe.
Your personality was not like this a few years ago.
So again, off his meds, whatever it is, he refuses. And as you can tell, it wasn't pretty. It's not pretty. Now, I don't know what's going on there, but I know that's not how you speak to people. And if you see yourself speaking to people that way, usually you want to try to change and fix yourself and not treat people that way. Yay. But he's making all documentary. We'll see. I guess he's going to try to exploit that to make himself look better. Who knows? All I know is the Kardashians, man, I've never been huge fans, but I don't like that clip. They did. Where do you stand on this? Do you think, I guess I got to echo the Breakfast Club sort of confusion of Rico doing what? Like trafficking like people? Like, I don't like the.
He is trying to say he doesn't understand what kind of RICO charges can be brought against Kris and Kim, which maybe he really doesn't know, but I feel like even he's talked about some, I feel like he should have an idea.
I think it's pretty obvious.
What else do you think they're talking about?
It would have to be related to some of the same type of things Diddy was doing, but maybe there's a lot more on them. I think they were possibly useful idiots or middlemen or recruiters or, like yacht girls and boys type of thing.
Oh yeah. Kim has went to Dubai several times, and then so Courtney was talking about going to Diddy parties and how it's all kinds of stuff have had all these ties together. So none of it would shock me. Kanye was pretty much talked about as in the Diddy trial. His name, and that's why he showed up the next day. If there was any doubt, was it him or someone else? Because it was kind of like him or Jay-Z. Because I think it was like rap mogul. Well, you know, the closest, there was one of them. Well, then Kanye shows up wearing all white the next day to court. Well, I guess that clears that up. It's definitely Kanye. It was so wild. Speaking of, 2 more days, y'all, October 3rd, unless they put it off or do something weird, they're going to sentence him. And I keep hearing stuff. I don't dig too far because it was actually pretty exhausting following that. But I've seen where they really think he's going to get maybe the max or maybe 7 to 10 years at least, which is more than people you were saying or thinking. And I hope he does. I hope he gets the full 10 and 10, 20 years. But I'm sure that's not going to happen.
7 years for drugging people and recording them, and
that's
all
not
that?
what they, that's not what they
They're not-
proved in court. They took away the RICO off of Diddy. They took the RICO away because of the jury, you know, and they gave them some of the lower charges, and that's the best they got. 10 years max each charge, 2 charges. So even if he got max, it would be 20. And I don't think they're going to be able to argue their way into. I don't know. We'll see. The last thing I heard from any legal expert, they were saying it's possible he might actually get 7 to 10, which is a lot compared to people were saying maybe time served or, you know, trying to say much smaller. But we'll know very soon. That's the good news.
Okay.
I can't wait to see, because I think he'll be out in 2 Christmases, maybe 3. I think he'll get roughly 5 years with time.
Before, it's already gotten longer because it wasn't all the way. 3 Christmases is as far as I've heard you stretch. I've even heard you say like a smaller amount of time and maybe some probation and time served. With this, it seems like you're getting a larger.
Well, I think he'll get roughly 5, and that they'll find a way to cut that down. It could be house arrest, whatever. But 10 and 10, not going to happen.
See, I'm hoping for. I hope he does. I realize it's a big ask, but this judge has really. If it seems like if it could ever be, it'll be this judge. But also, I'm thinking 7 to 10. That would be a good call. Instead of 20, 7 to 10. That's still more than, you know, what you're guessing and what people were saying. I'll take it. I'd be happy with that. But I don't know what he's going to get. I haven't made a prediction. I heard about that letter. She wasn't the only one, too. Some other people, I can't remember now. Was it like his cook or chef or something? It's always the damn chefs. Yeah, I mean, well, that's good, though. I'm glad he has. Like everybody was saying, he's just going to get a slap on the wrist. They have tried so hard. I wonder how much money he's wasted with the trying to have bail, trying to change the charges that already were. There's been so many motions and so much going on. And they don't really cover it. You'll see some clickbait here and there talking about this might happen, that might happen. The judge has shot it all down. Every reduction of bail, every early release, like they just keep shutting them down. So that's why I'm saying I wouldn't be shocked if he gave him a big sentence. The judge isn't happy with that. I don't even think he's happy with the jury. I don't think that it's been so long since I was in there. They used a name to where it's like they just decided for themselves that they don't think it should be this. And it's like they went against how the judge told them to calculate things, and they just threw Rico off. But we'll see. And they did get rid of Maureen Comey, which was also strange. Like, I don't know what difference it made at the time that they did. Maybe it made some kind of difference. If she would still be arguing on his side, maybe that would have changed something. I just don't know. But it's all about to be over.
His daughter. Comey's daughter.
Maureen Comey was one of the lawyers on Diddy's side, but she got fired.
Yeah.
Before, like somewhere in the midst. For exactly when. I think before the verdict, maybe even before the case was ended. But she was there for a long time. It's just strange. It's all so strange. But I think we've gone for almost over 3 hours. I know I used to do those 5 hours. I've been more of a 3 hour. But we should put the link out for anybody that wants to come backstage and hang out. We always have more fun in the after party anyways. I always try. I mean, every once in a while you get somebody new, and it's nice to meet some new people. And, you know, it takes time to go from never being on a panel or just only being in chat to even going backstage. But it's like, you know, it's a lot of fun. And anybody that's on the fence about it, I wish would just come on. Do you guys have any good nights to YouTube?
Good night, YouTube.
Billy. Yeah, that's what I always say. Good night, YouTube. Billy, are you out there? Can you put the link, please? Oh yeah, I see Billy out there. What in the
Much
heck is
love,
going on?
everyone.
Yeah. I do hope some people will come to the back. I just need to make sure. Yeah, he's got me. Good job, Billy. He's on it. What about you, Yorga? Are you still near the computer?
Yeah, I'm still hanging for right now. I just walked outside. I was looking at the stars. Jupiter is bright as shit tonight.
Ooh.
And, yeah, Venus will be really bright too around 4 in the morning. Couldn't see the Milky Way. I saw it 2 or 3 nights ago. I could see the whole Milky Way, man. It was cool as shit, but there's a few clouds up there. So anyway, that's your star report for today.
Nice.
No, that's cool.
Awesome. Yeah, me and my long goodbyes.
Well.
Yeah, well, smack your knee. Have a good night, everybody.